First up, the RedBlacks look to keep their playoff hopes alive. Will the Alouettes can clinch a postseason spot? It's Montreal and Ottawa coming up on TSN.
Yeah. Let's go. We just gotta go hard. I go hard.
It breaks free inside the 20-10 touchdown. Finally for the Ottawa RedBlacks. The losing streak is over. Delphine Beck. It's a screen back to Stenberg. Touchdown Alouettes. The Alouettes plenty to celebrate here in Calgary. They're back in the win column.
It's as simple as it gets for Cody Fajardo and the Montreal Alouettes. A victory this afternoon in the nation's capital, and they are officially playoff bound. Not so much for Dustin Crum and the RedBlacks. Crum remaining optimistic, though, saying not to be eliminated is a good thing. It keeps you hungry. It gives you something to work for, and they are going to have to work oh so hard if they want to make it to the CFL postseason. Welcome to a doubleheader on Saturday afternoon. Kate Maness alongside Dave Naylor, Jim Barker, Milt Stiegel as we get set for our first game. Nails, we know what's on the line today. What are you looking forward to?
I'm looking at Money Hunter coming back into the lineup for Ottawa. We've talked so much this year about Ottawa's struggles in the secondary. This is the first game all year. Their two starting corners are going to be Money Hunter and Brandon Dandridge, who returned to the lineup recently.
Well, these are the two most sacked teams in the league. When you get sacks, you have to make big plays. I'm looking for Ottawa to finally step up, see if somebody can make big plays, because Montreal sure can.
Ottawa finally ended their 7-game losing streak last week, and the big reason has to be the play of their MOP, in my opinion, running back Devontae Williams. They have to keep feeding the ball. Over the last 5 games, he has over 650 yards line from the line of scrimmage. So if they want to have an opportunity to keep their playoff hopes alive, give him the ball.
Well, we're certainly looking forward to the doubleheader today on TSN. As we know, there's a lot on the minds of Canadians today that is much more important than the game of football. As you can see, we are all wearing these orange pins today, and they have been provided by the We Will Recover Society. Now, this Indigenous-led, non-for-profit organization located in southern interior region of BC provides compassionate peer support and advocacy services to individuals and families impacted by substance use disorders. To show your support at home, please go visit their website, www.wewillrecover.ca. All right, don't go anywhere. We've got kickoff from TD Place between the Ottawa RedBlacks, the Montreal Alouettes. Matt and Marshall standing by right after this.
I'm the bigger man, I'm the bigger man. Standing like a giant, making moves that shake your city down. I'm the bigger man, I'm the bigger man. Bring it to fruition, making digits every minute down. I'm the bigger man, I'm the bigger man. Ain't afraid of anything, I do it cause I said I can. I'm the bigger man, I'm the bigger man. Ain't afraid of losing it cause winning is my only plan.
Thank you, Kate, and welcome to the ancestral and unceded territory of the Algonquin and Anishinaabe people on this National Day for Truth and Reconciliation, with playoff positions on the line, but of course, so much more than just football important here today between Montreal and Ottawa. It is a jam-packed house full of kids who have come out with so many wearing their Every Child Matters t-shirts. Thank you for being here, everybody. Marshall Ferguson, Matt Dunnigan, Kenzie Lalonde at field level for us here throughout the afternoon, and it's a great day for football. Cody Fajardo wants to lock up a playoff spot. Montreal, they can do that for the 4th year in a row, Matty.
Yeah, and locking up that playoff spot, it'll be important for that offensive line to do a nice job like they did last week, protecting him and keeping him upright and clean. He was pretty happy about that and felt a lot better coming into this week. And then you look at talk about veteran leadership. You're going to get it now with the addition of Shadrach Hunter coming back in the lineup. Accompany that with little Brandon Dandridge on the other side should show up those problems in the secondary for the RedBlacks.
Bob Dice, 10 losses this season for the RedBlacks by an average of just 6.3 points per game. That's the lowest in the CFL. And Jason Moss said he's actually been admiring a little bit of the play of Dustin Crum, Ottawa's starting quarterback here once again today. Dangerous with the ball in his hands. We say takes care of it as well. He's a smart player with the football. That's why the RedBlacks are +8 in turnover differential, second best in the Canadian Football League. As we are underway from the nation's capital, it will be returned across the 30, stacked up and stopped right there. Special teams unit all over it. Avery Williams makes his first tackle of the ball game as we get to see Dustin Crum in the Ottawa RedBlacks offense.
Always worth the price of admission to watch this young man play and try to figure out the game. And you know, I think his numbers, win-loss is not what he would like. They've been in a lot of close ball games. Bobby Dice got his team believing, playing tough football from week to week, and I think it starts with that kid right there, Dustin Crum.
You take a shot!
What we can do here is you hear on the sidelines, might be taking a shot early on. Montreal defense thinks it's coming. They know Ottawa wants to fire up this crowd early and often.
Why not? Never a bad idea when you go long there, Marshall.
1st and 10. Crum goes run. Quick little boost, shovels underneath. Creative way to get it into the hands of Devontae Williams, but going nowhere that time as we get a chance to see the entire RedBlacks starting offense, Matty.
Yeah, I tell you, this football team, it starts up front. They're doing a fine job. Only American up there is Bull on the right-hand side. First-year player fitting in nicely with these guys that have got it figured out. And to the left of them, Jalen Ackland, Devontae Williams going to need some firepower from Jalen. I certainly know Williams has been on fire. Really coming to his own his second year in the CFL.
Dustin Crum mentioned this week getting more and more comfortable with Braylon Addison as well. See if they go his direction on 2nd and 8. Pressure is on. Crum holds on to it, gets his arm hit as he throws. It's juggled and brought down, but short of the first down marker. And it's back-to-back targets for Devontae Williams.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine? You know that the posse's close, and they're closing in on every step, and every time you fumble the football in your fingertips here, and Dustin just steps up and misses a blitz from the field side and kind of affects his throw, and then Dante's trying to corral on the other end before he's greeted by 3 nasty Alouettes, and looking at a punt situation here, but inauspicious start for the RedBlacks offense.
Yeah, 37% of their possessions this year have been 2-0. That's the worst in the CFL. They add to it here to kick off this game against the Alouettes. As Chandler Worthy out of the lineup, they change up the return game. It's brought back out by James Letcher Jr., and he refuses to go down in front of the RedBlacks bench.
Taking a lot of shots there for a few extra yards. I love the effort.
Here comes Cody Fajardo in the Alouettes offense. As Cody, 18 touchdown drives led this season, 10 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. What are you seeing, Matty?
Yeah, he's trying to sell me and Zoom calls during the week that he's become a smarter player and getting out of bounds and not take as many shots. And I said, I didn't believe any of it. I think he's just a hard-nosed football player, loves to play a physical game, and certainly has that ability.
Williams stand back behind him, who had a real nice effort last week on the road in Calgary, where he suffered a major injury week 1 of last season. He'll go to stand back right down the near hash, and 31 is off and running. First down, Alouettes.
Yeah, just right up the middle. I love what they're doing on the backside. Away from the run, they're going to expand out here to the right, and then he's going to come right down on the other side. And nice holes opened up there, and watch him cut back right there. Now, if you're the man supposed to step up on that, good luck with that, because he's coming downhill with a nasty purpose in mind.
Corner's looking at the free safety, who's looking at the halfback saying, you go get him.
Right?
Fajardo here, quick run, looks slanted behind, reaches Sibasu. Happy 30th birthday.
Right.
Rare target for Sibasu as he moves the chains back-to-back first downs across the 55 already for Montreal.
Yeah, this is his 5th catch of the season. He's going to come right off the line here, and the ball's going to be thrown as he clears the linebacker right in behind him. There he clears him. Cody waits, fits it in there. It's a big target, easy first down. Looking sharp here first couple of plays.
What is this, the 90s, Matty? You got a little pop pass from a tight end over the middle?
Figure it out, man. High completion throws. Jason Moss loves those with Cody Fajardo.
Blitz this time from the RedBlacks defense. Montreal runs right into it. Here's the Alouettes starting offense led by Fajardo and company.
Yeah, you know, when you talk about a physical game, and that's their calling card, I think, the offensive line and running the football, and that's what you have to try to establish this time of year. And I think Lestage is just one of those players that fits in nicely in that regard. And Speaker filling in for Austin Mack. I didn't realize Speaker's 6'2", but he's got some big shoes to fill in. Of course, William Stanback. That is where they're going to get bread and buttered all day long and get him going. They already have in the first quarter.
A lot of different substitution packages and personnel with Mack out already in this game. This time they isolate Tyson Philpott one-on-one. Money Hunter, he says goodbye, and Philpott down the sideline, blown into the Montreal bench. It was contact in the field of play, but it was a big hit regardless. And Montreal keeps moving.
Montreal's in the playbook and going to bring people here, and they're just coming at all angles. Cody's going to fit it out here, and knowing that they're going to get pressure inside, and they're trying to take the run away there, so he fits it out to that young man, and Philpott does the rest.
Philpott, the last 2 games for Montreal, 16 targets, make it 17. There's 1 touchdown late in the game against Toronto a couple weeks back. Here, they'll flip it underneath. Count it again as another catch on the little jet sweep that time. Philpott makes his way for a gain of about 7 yards as we see the RedBlacks starting defense trying to shut down Fajardo, and all of a sudden Tyson Philpott.
Right, and they're having a hard time here in the first series. But Bryce Carter, boy, he's been shutting down defense. Has been on fire, 5 sacks last couple games. Coleman, Douglas has just been doing an outstanding job. He's basically RedBlacks. Tyrese Beverett does everything for him. And then on the back end, Dandridge, he's a ball hawk, veteran guy that shuts it down on his side.
Fajardo, 2nd and 3. Pressure coming again. Montreal runs right into it. Stanback gets the corner, race to the corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Alouettes. Clinical. And Stanback has his 2nd on the ground this season.
Yeah, just a little help here off the edge, right in this area here. William Stanback's going to bounce it, and there's nobody out there. It's just beautiful. Just like nobody wanted to touch 3-1. And Marshall, that's why I say you always take the football, especially with no weather conditions, nothing dictating it. You kicked it away. It worked out for the Owls there on that drive. That was like a clinic.
William Stanback back in his office, loves running against these RedBlacks into the end zone. The early lead for Montreal. Well, for the Montreal Alouettes, the last 3 years, they've been 500, 7-7 in 2021, 9-9 in 2022. They're 7-7 right now, trying to get away from mediocrity. This is one way to do it. Open up the big horse. There goes Stanback.
Yeah, Bryce Carter got caught cheating just a little bit on the edge, and then off to the races. Alouettes knew what they were doing. Win the coin toss, defer, get a 2-and-out, get the football, and just shove it down their throat. It looked like it was practice out there in that first drive for the Owls. Beautiful execution.
Tobias Harris, you see there, back to return alongside Brandon Dandridge. This one will drop down to Harris, just inside his own 15-yard line. Burns gets the corner, breaks the edge, and gets to the 40-yard line before he's wrapped up. Devontae Williams starting to get into a flow right now for the Ottawa RedBlacks in their backfield. Leads the CFL in yards per game in the month of September with 116. We'll see what he can do when we return. For the Ottawa RedBlacks, they are leading the CFL in rushing yards per game at 135.7. Dustin Crum's a big part of it, but man, this guy has taken off. And last week, Devontae Williams was in control. You see the numbers, they speak for themselves.
Yeah, you like to see the progression from one year to the next, and we've certainly seen it as Devontae's in his 2nd year. He's figured it out. He's running with more confidence. He's downhill running now, breaking a lot of tackles. He's got breakaway speed. He's great out of the backfield. And that all-important aspect of your game is being able to protect the quarterback. He's doing a nice job of that as well.
Got 2 pass targets to begin this ball game. Now Crum will look the 50 and is wrapped up down at the 46-yard line for the first down for these RedBlacks today.
Yeah, he's right. Here you're going to run a simple little dig route. Come across the middle, a little point fake, sucks up the linebacker, opens up space behind him, easy pitch and catch. Talking to Dustin Crum about Braylon Addison this year, and he says, I just got a good feel for him, man. I love his body language, and it's easy to read for a quarterback.
Working on Cavianento that time, back in the lineup here today after being on the practice roster for a couple of weeks. Crum with pressure on, rolls to his left, he'll take off and run. A blocker out in front, Crum using it and gets chopped down, but another big run from Crum. The story of this resurgent RedBlacks roster this season is powered by emotional plays like that.
Yeah, 620 yards coming in the ball game, chasing some all-time greats in Red Black and Rough Rider history, and you get him in space here. You know, you got Boyd right in front of him. I don't know how well he used him. He was there, but he got lit up at the end of that. But that's a nice run by Crum. We're used to seeing that as well.
Thought we were going to see a lot of Crum versus Darnell Sankey, the middle linebacker for the Owls, right in the middle. That time in space, Sankey was trying to track him down as Crum takes the snap, and this time hands it off. Devontae gets the edge. Looks similar to the way Stanback did on his rushing touchdown. Devontae trying to answer what Stanback did in that first drive with 3 carries for 44 yards and a major.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. They're bringing pressure, a little run blitz coming off the field here from the field side, and they got a play called away from it. Perfect anticipation. You know, that's film study and tendencies right there, and picking up a big chunk of change right there. Demonte Williams feeling early like William Stanback. Running games are looming large here early in the first quarter.
It is a 16-yard carry. It's first down right at the 10-yard line. Crum takes the run, face to his left, high throw, incomplete. He was going for Justin Hardy that time. Couldn't haul it in as Hardy's had a heck of a couple of weeks here, a heck of a season when you look at it at large, but Tyrese Beverett shaking the head saying, not today.
Yeah, well, he's wide open, right? And he's just gonna kind of settle in right here, and he's wide open off the hop, and Dustin was late picking him up. Right here, he's wide open, and then he's late, and then he has to hurry because the safety's climbing and getting over there, and ball sails on him. A missed opportunity right there. You want to have that one back. You look at that video, Nick, tomorrow, and it's like, oh, man, should have had it.
RedBlacks, 39 trips to the score zone, just 19 touchdowns. That's 7th in the CFL. Crum punts, gets hit as he throws into the end zone. Intercepted. Intercepted. Montreal with possession. It's Stubblefield back out of the end zone and wrapped up by Shaq Evans alongside Jacob Ruby. The RedBlacks trying to find a way to get back-to-back home victories here last week against Saskatchewan. And this won't help. An early opportunity, trailing by 7, hangs up. Stubblefield takes advantage. Alouettes ball.
Yeah, and we're going to take a look at Braylon Addison. I think he's the intended target. He's going to go here, and then what happens, you get Mustafa Johnson breathing down your neck, beating an inside rush here. Nice little inside move, and he's right in the lap of Crum, and Crum forces the issue under duress, making a poor throw and decision, taking points off the board. Here's the pressure. Watch Mustafa Johnson. 3-point stance, that nice little inside move, beats the guard, and the tackle kicks out, and forces a poor decision by the young quarterback, and Montreal's in business.
Dustin Crum, his first score zone interception of the season. Ottawa would like to have that one back. This time, Fajardo looking to throw off play action in the middle, and it's held on. How? Tyler Sneed somehow kept it away from Justin Howell.
Yeah, and I felt your cause. I was right there with you, Marshall. As you know, you're feeling for the receiver coming across the middle because you know it's fixing to be a big-time accident right in the middle, and Sneed just pulls it down and just barely misses the contact coming in a hurry as Cody hung onto that football and let his receiver clear and get into the middle and put it on the money.
Sneed's 55th target of the year. Austin Mack not in action today, has twice that many. As Fajardo this time goes for a little jaunt, crosses the 30, steps out of bounds. There's the out of bounds he was telling us about. Hey, don't take hits you don't have to take.
Well, that's a smart run. Yeah, that's what you do, and 8th-year player from Nevada, and untouched last week, basically. Only took like 3 shots, no sacks, which is huge. And you get Lozo crashing down. He gets cut out of position, and Cody Fajardo takes full advantage. Nice little jaunt, like you say, Marshall to the sidelines.
2nd and 1 here, left for Fajardo after his run. He stays in, not Caleb Evans, the former RedBlacks quarterback. We'll likely see in short yardage at some point. But with Lorenzo Malden being on that backside defensive end, it was like they game planned that, Matty, to just try and send a little message to 94. Hey, be careful how much you slash down, because we'll make you pay.
Yeah, and we saw it with Bryce Carter when on that first drive for the Owls, when Standback bounced it to the edge and beat everybody to the end zone. And both these corners are getting a little anxious to shut down Standback, and they're bouncing the edges, making them pay for it right now.
Full speaker in for Austin Mack today. He's at the bottom of your screen with Brandon Dandridge, one-on-one. They'll go back to the running game. Why not? Standback dominated on that first drive, but this time Montreal unable to move the Ottawa front.
Sometimes you just got to jab, and just keep jabbing, and pretty soon that roundhouse is going to come into play. And I think that's what we're seeing here. This is who Montreal is. I think they're a pounded from day one, in-your-face type of football team, and saw an example of it there. Not very productive in that 1st and 10, but certainly that's what they like to do.
Surprisingly good team Montreal is at converting on 2nd and 7+. 2nd in the league behind only Toronto. We'll see what they do on 2nd and 8 here. Screen it backside to Standback. Plenty of room if he gets full set. A flag comes out as Standback does roll his way across the first down yardage.
Yeah, 38.3% conversion rate on 2nd and long.
Before yards were gained, holding, Montreal, number 58. It's a 10-yard penalty, repeat 2nd down.
Yeah, and this is always tough for color commentators when you got to pick out big boys up front that are getting caught for cheating. I think they're talking about Lestage, might have been in that 68. And it's going to be right in front of your screen there. He's got the shoulder pad, and he's just trying to control him. You know, it's Santos Knox, you know, why not? I thought his hands were inside, but of course, when he plants, his hands slide out and get caught.
Garber looking to throw now, get some of it back as he's out in space. A dribble kick at the line of scrimmage, just across the original line. And did they reset the downs with Jezrin Antwi?
We've seen him do this before.
The Ottawa crowd is going, wait a minute, Sinopoli tried to do that here.
And Antwi tried to do it. And I remember him doing it. Everybody's trying to figure out what he's doing. He's trying to give it up here, punt it across the line of scrimmage, then recover it.
Highlight of the night, maybe.
It's just people are figuring it out. If you never watched this game before, you're thinking, what is going on? Okay, that's a weird play. It is. In anybody's book, in any league. Officials are huddling up. But we've seen Jeshwan do this before.
But the background on it obviously being you're onside because you're the punter. It's behind the line of scrimmage. It's punt. You recover your own punt.
Yep.
And with such a bad down and distance, instead of just trying to get 10 yards back, they decide, why don't we try to reset the down and distance?
And to see if he got the job done here. Looks like he did.
The Montreal player intentionally kicked the ball across the line of scrimmage, then recovered it. The continuity of downs have changed. We have a 1st down, Montreal.
There you go. And that's a beautiful part of this game, but very rarely do you see that. We've seen Antwi do this once before, was not successful in that attempt. This time he was. And that's just a heads-up, crazy move that you don't see very often, and that's fair game.
I got to tell you, there's a lot of kids here today with a late afternoon kick in the nation's capital. A lot of them just learned something.
Right.
They went, wow, really? We can do that here. Okay, good to know. It's 1st and 10 for Montreal. Inside handoff this time. They'll reward Antwi after his excellent, do I call that punting duty? Dribble duties. He ends up getting a carry here. Nice physical run for a gain of 6.
Yeah, nice mix-up too. You know, he's coming to your right-hand side, the left of the offensive line. You get Tuck's fitting up in there, crashing down Lozo, making it fairly easy for him to hit the hole, and Tuck doing the dirty work, and Antwi reaping the benefits. I love that.
Antwi stays in the ball game. Standback gets a little rest. They'll motion Tyson Philpott down. Blitz look from the RedBlacks. Again, they go outside. Cam, Julian Grant, KJG makes Money Hunter missing his return. And it will be a 1st down. So they reset the downs with the dribble kick, go inside run, and then a little isolated screen, and it's 1st and 10 Alouettes up the field.
Yep, pressure right up in the middle, and they're trying to run stop here, run blitz. Again, kick it outside. They got a little beat on that. They got a high percentage of what the RedBlacks are trying to do in those situations, and that's twice we've seen Alouette receivers break that open field tackle and extend it for more.
The Alouettes only 5th in the CFL in time of possession, but man, if they ever owned it early on in this game. Feels like Ottawa's barely touched the rock. Another blitz from Ottawa. They're fed up and they come after it. Stanback still somehow leans his way forward and rolls for a gain of 5.
Trying to stop that. Stanley went and got 4.5, almost 5 there. And you can see they're trying to gap contain and blitz and run stop there. And 1st and 10, 2nd and long. Alouette's got it figured out. It's like they're in the defensive playbook.
Defensively, the RedBlacks this season 8th in the CFL when it comes to yards allowed on first. Fajardo looks to throw. It's up in the air and it should have been intercepted. Hunter wishes he would have made some money right there.
Yeah, if you watch him field side here and watch him, he's just going to come off of his man. And you just watch here, folks. Watch this, and then watch the out. Watch the out come right into Money Hunter. Watch. He's going to ride him, stop, read the route, and then play it and jump it. That's experience. 5 years in the league. Arkansas State player just has seen it one too many times and should have been picked going the other way. Cody Fajardo got lucky.
Great jump that time by Hunter to get on top of it. Is backpedaling at his own 10-yard line is Harris. And they'll be brought down. Special teams tackle right there by Jake Hardy. Last week, 28-11 at Calgary. The Alouettes went on to win 3rd wire-to-wire win of the season. The RedBlacks trying to hold home court here and maintain their chances in the CFL playoffs. Across the Canadian Football League, and of course here today in the nation's capital, you see the teams warming up in those orange jerseys, of course, emblematic of National Truth and Reconciliation Day across the country. With more, we go down to the sidelines and visit with Kenzie Lalonde.
Yeah, Marshall, when you read through the Canadian Truth and Reconciliation 94 calls to action, 5 involve sport and recreation, calling on the government and programs to make meaningful action. And on July 31st, members of the RedBlacks and Ottawa GGs went to Akwesasne to take part in an Indigenous football camp. They were also treated to an Indigenous community meal and stuck around to sign autographs. But just a few days before that, Ottawa actually hosted the 2023 Women's U18 Tackle National Football Championship, which featured a first ever Indigenous girls national football team. Guys, it's reminding us that sport can be a vehicle for social change if meaningful action is taken.
Yep, absolutely. Kenzie, appreciate that. Those jerseys, by the way, will be auctioned off. Proceeds going to local charities in Ottawa. They'll be going to Wabido, a local Indigenous health center here in the region. So great to see everyone getting involved as the Alouettes pass rush gets involved. A flag comes out at the end of the play as well. And we'll see how they clean this one up. But Dustin Crum, for now, has taken a sack.
Tyrese Beverett getting involved on that one. If it counts, that'll be his 4th of the season. Yeah, he's right here and watches do his thing. He's just such a jack of all trades. And just, well, yeah, you got, when you're, Devontae is going to learn that you got to go attack that at the line of scrimmage. You can't let an athlete like that get a full head of steam and blow you back into the quarterback's lap. You got to go to war at the line of scrimmage. We talk about that all the time. Last 40 years, I know. It's one of the first things running backs have to learn is go to the line of
Roughing
scrimmage.
the passer, Montreal, number 1. 15-yard penalty, first down.
26, Beverett was the one that got the contact, but they tagged Sankey. The end of the play maybe here, Matty. Let's see what one does.
Yeah, because Devontae doesn't pick him up soon enough, and then Sankey comes in late, and he's kind of concerned that was, in his mind, a weak call. But nonetheless, RedBlacks got a little life here.
The RedBlacks offense gets some free yardage from Sankey's actions. Sean Lemon ready to get after it here, sitting on 99 career sacks for the Alouettes. Knifing his way forward, Devontae Williams. As we get a look at the Alouettes defense, there is Sean Lemon wearing number 0. Might be a big day for him.
Yeah, but I'm going on the other side of the line of scrimmage where Uguak, this kid is just scratching the surface of his athletic ability and made Jamal Davis expendable. Hamilton was glad to pick him up, and then you've got on the back end Beverett showing his thing. Dequoy is having an all-star season. He's all over the football field. Watch 24 because he's worth the price of admission.
4 receivers to the wide side of the field here for the RedBlacks. Stepping forward, Crum. Now he goes down, nearly lost the football as well. But Montreal has had so much trouble getting home to the quarterbacks, and Stubblefield and Beverett. Noel Thorpe is blitzing Crum early and often.
That's right, Stubbs right here is just going flying off the line of scrimmage. Next thing you know, he's eating at Crum's ankles. Then he gets help from the back end. Nice open field tackle, just hanging on, wait for the posse to get there, and they do. Yeah, Noel Thorpe being aggressive here, just not letting the young quarterback use his skill set. And right now, his strongest one is to use his legs. Not on that play.
Fun coming here from Richie Leone. He and Joseph Zima of the Alouettes, top 2 in the CFL in net punting average. We have field position battle throughout the day, and this will help as Letcher crosses the 55. Nice change of pace, and finally wrapped up and brought down. But great field position to begin the second quarter for the Montreal Alouettes as they hold a 7-0 lead. The rematch coming next week, but plenty to be decided here today with playoff positions on the line. See what Montreal can do when we return. Season. After 1 quarter of play here on a day where the Alouettes can get themselves into the playoffs officially, they have controlled it. The time of possession, more net yards, of course, more first downs. They got into a flow and a rhythm early on, and it's really a big interception by Dustin Crum down in the score zone. That might be the difference right now between this being a 7-7 ball game, Matty.
Absolutely, and that's pressure. Noel Thorpe defense getting after it too on the other side of the football. Offensive line controlling the line of scrimmage. I really felt like Cody Fajardo got away with one in the first quarter there. Money Hunter should have been going the other way with one, and but you know, they're trying to get it done in the other facets of the game too. You got this kid Letcher making it happen from Washburn, filling in for Chandler Worthy, doing a nice job. We saw the effort early on in the football game, breaking some tackles for a short minimal gain. That one, was a big one.
Good help an Alouette punt return unit that's last in the CFL, just 9 yards per return as Kanan Julian Grant wrapped up. Great defensive rally that time by the RedBlacks as immediately Lamont gets home there up on Kaon, who's slow to his feet, as Douglas Coleman III as well in on the tackle.
Yeah, that's a whole lot of talent and tackling right there. When all those people start arriving, Lamont, Coleman. And you got to get bodies to this kid because we've talked about it. I've heard Dwayne Ford, Glenn Suter talk about it, and justifiably so. That kid is a load. He's got a great, strong lower half. And Kaon Julian Grant, he makes a lot of people miss, and they know they have to rally to him.
Hard count. Fajardo goes slant, low and away. Trying to put it in a safe spot as Money Hunter getting attacked here early on in this ball game, and now we got Julian Grant down on the turf.
Yeah, just going to run a quick slant here. Ball's thrown low. He's got to go and get it. Kind of stops his momentum. Nice catch there. And he just kind of gets fallen upon. And did the ball hurt his knee? Looks like the ball hit his right knee. Yeah, let's hope he's all right.
Yeah, thankfully Kaon back onto his feet, but walking off with the training staff and short of the first down marker, so punting unit will come out, and yeah, he's feeling something in the left arm.
This is Cote going to give it a whack.
Oh, it is
about 46. Yeah, he's from plus 40. He's 75% of the year, 15 to 20. Put some more points on the board here.
Lima is the holder. The Alouettes looking to add to their advantage. They will not. Kick misses to the right. Return by Dandridge. There goes Brandon Dandridge. He's got room. He's got a blocker. He tries to get over the top. Ball is down. Montreal has The Alouettes have a fresh set of downs. I want to say in the most unimaginable way, but we've already seen them dribble kick for a fresh set of downs.
Right.
How did that one pop out of the hands of Dandridge?
I'm watching him live jump over a would-be tackler, and Cote's living right because he pushes this right. It's taken out of the end zone, and Dandridge is as good as anybody in the league, and he's explosive. You got to really watch how you use him because they need him at cornerback. But right here, he jumps over, and the ball just comes right out. It's almost like Zima hit it with his foot. Let's see what happens right here. We'll see it. Oh, yeah, it is his foot. He kicked it out of his hand.
Why wouldn't the punter?
That's crazy.
All he knows is using his feet.
That is incredible. He knew exactly where that ball was, and he kicked it right out of his hand into Sivasu's hands. And that is incredible. And that's a legal play. It wasn't tripped. Just knew exactly what to do with his foot and made it happen.
Unbelievable.
We've seen some crazy stuff here in the first 17 minutes of play.
Gardo fakes the run. Rolls out, takes the easy one. Snead will add to his season tally. Let's go back and look at this, Matty, because I don't think we can get enough views. Did Zima mean to do this?
Yeah, I think he did. You know, there he is right there getting blocked, and he's going down. Then he just whack. Oh, he did. He knew exactly what he was doing. He's on his back. Saw a guy running over the top of him. That's incredible. On so many different levels. One bad miss, pushed it right, and then Dandridge doing his thing. And then Zima with his left foot. Unreal.
Gardo looking to throw on second down. Spins out to his left. Now he falls down. It'll go as a sack. Will they credit Bryce Carter? Second in the CFL right now with 11.
And he get his 12th right there, and just coming in waves there, and Cody's doing his best to try to keep his feet. No sacks last week by this offensive line, and they just start coming in waves here. Four-man rush, just really just collapsing the pocket. And then, yeah, there's Bryce. He got up in the air, and Cody went down. He gets credit for it. 12th in the season. James Madison product, just feeling it here in the Canadian Football League in the second season.
Danny Youngka, the closest man, but I think Carter might have rushed in and got a hand down on Fajardo. We'll check the stat sheet later. For now, Dandridge back to return this one. Probably still in shock from Zima popping. He's got room. Now he's got some room to the field. That ball set up. Bryce Notree's not going to catch him on the edge. And Dandridge escorted out of bounds by Jedrin Antwi.
Now you just got to think that Dandridge didn't have a whole lot of steam left in the tank after that last return, and he's got the field side here, and typically this guy will run away from most, and looks like he's just running out some juice here. Antwi escorts him out of bounds, but not after a big pickup.
TSN Plus. Great football all day long. Hamilton Tiger Cats, Calgary Stampeders going through their warm-ups right now. See them square off. If Montreal wins here today, Hamilton can get themselves into the playoffs. Ottawa trying to keep their playoff hopes alive. They probably need to sweep the Alouettes this week and next, but they'd like to be able to do that. There's Justin Crum and the offense. Five-man pressure. Crum gets it out of his hand quickly. It is completed. And it is Jalen Acklin on the stat sheet here in Week 17.
Yeah, Jalen just getting involved here to zone coverage. It's pretty simple. He's just going to go up here and sit down. And ball's going to be delivered. A little late because it's a low snap. Pressure at the quarterback's feet there, untouched. There's the pressure look. And it's always a good idea to get rid of the ball quick when number one's in the vicinity.
Second down and 4. A lot of running room up the middle here for Crum if they decide to go that way. He'll throw it to the outside. It's incomplete. It would have been short of the sticks anyways for Hardy.
Yeah, Hardy thought he had it. Really had to stretch for that one because it was thrown outside. And I think young quarterback's trying to throw him out of harm's way and push the ball out that way, but it went a little too far right, and then got to make a spectacular grab. I thought he secured it the whole way. I know the ball hit the ground simultaneously, but it looks like it never moved, and he had his hands just perfectly positioned on the ball. Thought it was a catch, but
Bob Dice has
here we are.
The most challenges in the CFL and the highest success rate as well, but he's not going to pull it on that one because they wouldn't have had the first down anyways, and it wouldn't have been enough to have a third and sneak situation. So they kick it back to Letcher, and he gets walloped. just outside his own 20-yard line as Cody Fajardo and the Alouettes offense. 4 straight games with a touchdown pass, no sacks last week. Said he felt fresh coming into this one. Started fast, but just a 7-0 lead right now over the RedBlacks. Coming into this ball game, Cody Fajardo had dropped back to pass 496 times and been sacked on 50 of them. That's more than 10% of the time he's brought down. But last week, Matty, it was a clean sheet, and he was a happy man when he talked to us this week.
He really was, and he was almost giddy. You know, he's like, yeah, it felt pretty good. You know, being like touched 3 times, not sacked, but just touched, and. I think we can see that the way he's running around this afternoon. Looks pretty fresh.
It's a good pass rush from the Stampeders, too, but they were able to block it up for him. They'll begin with a handoff inside. Jesuit Antwi will go for a minimal gain, but that Calgary pass rush, I mean, they couldn't get home to him, and he's had a lot of success against the Ottawa RedBlacks as well throughout his career.
Yeah, and these numbers speak for themselves. You wish you could play the RedBlacks every game. I'm not sure. I can remember coming in here. It used to be called Frank Flair Stadium. And you'd come into this ball game knowing you got to pack a lunch pail because you're going to be here for a long fight. You may come out with a win. You're going to walk in, you're going to limp out for sure. And I think that's the way the RedBlacks still are.
Yardo, deep drop this time. Looking all the way towards Tyler Sneed. Nobody home.
There you go.
Second sack of the ball game for the RedBlacks defense. Who else? Bryce Carter.
Wow. He's going to go get that lead in sacks today. Yeah. Yeah, it's just nice little stunt up front. I believe he's going to come right in. Where's Bryce at?
Cleon Lang working with
Cleon Lang coming in here. Maybe a little stunt up front. Yeah, a little inside move with Wakefield, and he comes around the outside. Then they meet at the quarterback. Well done. Nice little inside move, working to his right. Slides over 2 gaps and finds a lane.
Dandridge runs into a brick wall there. 2 tacklers flying down the field. David Dallaire, the rookie at Laval, making his presence felt on special teams, as Brock Gowanlock as well at the University of Manitoba. Dandridge was just trying to squeak through a little opening, and all of a sudden the window closed between those 2 U Sports
and
products.
Just watching that happen there, that's going to be a lot of time in the cold whirlpool this coming week, just for that one play, let alone doing that for 60 minutes. Those guys earn their money trying to get back on that field full-time defensively, so they're going to do a little bit more of that.
Byron Archambault up against Corey McDermott today in the special teams coaching matchup. A couple of great units battling back and forth. Pressure look here from Montreal. From empty hand fake, flips back, trying to knife his Acklin. And he gets about 6.5 yards on first down.
Yeah, I like the play design. Everything looks like it's going left, and then they're going to find him right in here, and he's going to come back to the football and get what he can straight up the field. Play fake, spin around, put it on him upfield shoulder where you want to throw the football. You always lead them up the field. Well executed, picks up 7.
Ron Lemon still sitting on 99 career sacks. Batman Gary Jones concerned about whether Crum's going to get hit. He does here, but he gets it away. Completed. Devontae Williams down the sideline for a RedBlacks first down.
I'd work really hard at getting the ball in 31's hands in those situations right that. And watch him. He's going to swing out here, and Crum's going to just feel this right away. Beverett takes a shot at him. He'll take that all day long. Point fake, get it over the top. Williams in space. Guaranteed that's going to lead to a lot of production for the RedBlacks if they can continue to do that.
Beverett is just everywhere here in the first half against Ottawa. This time they give it to Braylon Addison inside. One-on-one in the hole, and he gets turned around. Stubblefield. Don't expect that from the 5'11", 186 frame out of Kansas State, but man, he delivers a punch.
And these 2 teams are known for that. Just physical on both sides of the football. Line of scrimmage, controlling it, coming up, stopping the run, and just laying the hat, bringing the hammer. Glad we're up here, Marshall.
Good, clean, tough football here. between these two clubs. Seen it throughout the season. As Crum, with pressure on from the secondary, has the roll away. There's Beverett again, hands on the back, brings them down, and they'll say it's not a horse collar, didn't grab the nameplate or the back of the uniform, so Beverett gets another, and he is all over Crum. It seems like that's the strategy today for Noel Thorpe, is just send 26 all after Crum.
Yeah, and we're looking for Beverett. He's right here, then he redirects, and he's got a head of steam, and Crum doesn't realize it, and he can run away from 2-6. As you say, he grabs enough of that jersey to bring down the elusive quarterback. Tyrese Beverett having a day.
Pretty good job to let go of the top of the jerseys. This one, pretty good rush by the Alouettes. Ricky Leone got it away, and Letcher bounces off 2 tacklers at the 20.
Fresh legs.
Still refuses to go down. As you see, Tyrese Beverett sliding down the legs of Dustin Crum, bringing down the big RedBlacks quarterback and maintaining a clean sheet for the Owls defense midway through the second quarter. The CFL and TSN continues tonight with a matchup between the Stamps and the Tiger Cats. Coverage continues at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, only on TSN. And at halftime, of course, the Grey Cup halftime show will be announced. You will find it's not Matt Dunnigan and I. Nobody wants that.
No.
Nobody wants that. But I promise you're going to want who the halftime show is, and the panel is going to have plenty to talk about.
I have no idea who it's going to be. Do you?
Maybe.
Wow. Intel that I don't have, obviously.
We'll talk at halftime.
Yes.
Fajardo, 1st and 10, looks over the top, down the sideline, Speaker hung up, but he went back and got it on Money Hunter. As Speaker filling in for Austin Mack finds a way to get another big shot play added to the tally for the Alouettes this season.
Yeah, his play's going to happen to your right-hand side, one-on-one. Cody just gets the ball, kind of crow hops, and chunks it as far as he can over the top of Money Hunter. Speaker kind of bodies him, kind of goes back into him and bodies him and shields him, goes back and makes the play. 6'2" product, make an explosive play in the absence of Austin Mack.
Alouettes offense, 26 shot plays at 30 yards or more in the air coming in. Second to only Winnipeg. As Fajardo fights through this time, checks it down to the fullback. James Tuck gets a touch here as Tuck gets involved in the ball game. A little emergency relief for Fajardo.
Yeah, a little catch there for Dwayne Ford, little fullback action. Gotta love this. It's not a necessity. Fajardo says, here, you take it. Heat's getting too hot in this kitchen here. Tuck says, thank you very much. Get some contact, get hit by 3 people, get up with a smile on my face.
11 completions on 12 attempts for Fajardo. Of those 11 completions, 7 different receivers now involving James Tuck. They'll hand it off, stand back, running room.
Yeah, the Alouettes, in my opinion, doing a really nice job of mixing in a little Jeshuan Antwi and William Standback, keeping those 2 running backs fresh, much like we've seen all season long with Toronto over the first 10 weeks of the season. Then Harris got nicked up, but it was all AJ and Harris. And you got that ability. You can rotate him in like that. I think it's a really good idea because it's a long season and typically need to. That was a heck of a couple of ball games last night, Marshall.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of played out, I think, the way people imagine them to, but sets up a big one next week. Winnipeg at BC.
Rote gets set to try again here. Missed to the right earlier from right about this distance. This time straightens it up and misses it to the left. And Ottawa will concede. So the Alouettes kicking game, last in the CFL when it comes to the field goal percentages this season. With 4 minutes left, can't add it on, and a single's all they'll get.
Kind of overcorrected the sighting there, pulled it left. For some reason, Dandridge, maybe he's out of gas. He fears the foot of Zima. I don't know.
Both threatened by Zima's foot tackle earlier.
I don't know what's going on, why you would concede that. It's a long field goal. Bring it out, man. You've had such success there. See the single.
Special teams coordinator, former Montreal Caravan linebacker Byron Archambault.
Yes. Sporting a sweet beard, too. Great facial hair.
Hands it off.
Look at this.
Down. Nancy Milanovic retrade.
Could not be upstaged by Tuck. He needed to rock, right? You gotta love this.
This is the question, though. Is Litre a fullback? This has always been.
He runs like a fullback.
He runs like it, but he also runs like a running back in the open field.
Well, yeah, fair enough. And he's got 3 touchdowns on the season. But it's a nice hole to run through. It's like,
well, he got tackled like a fullback, didn't he? Stubblefield went real low, real quick.
well, he's a big load, man. Good idea, get low.
Tuck.
It's his 15th carry of the season.
Launching on from the opposite sideline. 1st and 10 here. Pressure on. From hands it off inside. Nice jump cut, Devontae Williams.
That's Devontae we all know and love.
Took something out of nothing that time. Should have been 0. It goes for about 7, but there's a flag down.
Yeah, it's different this year than last. You've heard me say that several times, and you see the progression and the confidence. He just sees it there, just gives it to him, takes it away, understands where the hole should be, sets himself up, and gets north and south in a hurry. Much faster than last year where he was hunting and pecking in that situation.
Well, Marc-Antoine Dequoy being involved in the run game as well. The free safety flying down.
Procedure, no end. Ottawa. 5-yard penalty, remains 1st down.
And the efforts of Devontae Williams wiped out by formation. This is the least penalized group in the Canadian Football League on offense with the Ottawa RedBlacks. Just 33 penalties on the year. We've hit the 3-minute warning. After the single, Montreal leads 8-0 over Ottawa, trying to finish the half with a major.
So it seems like we're watching a CFL game, a little bit of rugby, and a little bit of Aussie rules football as well. Coming up at the half, we are going to break down that play by Zima and Antwi. I promise this is not going to disappoint.
I'm so excited for a pure special. By the way, the Canadian Football League, the roots in rugby.
Yeah.
You gotta
Ontario Rugby League. Yeah, that's where it all started. We kept more of the rules. About 50 years later, National Football League made their game. We kept the wide field. Used to be 25-yard end zones. Goalposts at the front. It's wider, longer. Recently, we've brought the hashes closer together, making it easier for these quarterbacks.
Make a quick throw like that out to Justin Hardy.
Good to see him involved. You look at 70-plus catches on the season now, and you don't see that. I wouldn't figure that. Top 5. Justin Hardy reading it, setting it down, making the first guy miss, getting some valuable yards after the catch. Been doing that all season long, very quietly. Red-black uniform. Professional, consummate professional. East Carolina. Great attitude. Comes to work every day.
Former top pass catcher for ECU, as you say, led the NCAA in catches. Crazy stats there with the Pirates. This time just Mondo shrugging dudes. Devontae went to the turf real quick once he met 90.
Dude, that was like hitting a fire hydrant. Watch 90, right in the middle over top of the center, right in the center. You can see him right here. Number 90. This is my space. Tee him up, get in the backfield, send him the other way. It's like, not many people do that, but the Akron Zip has been doing that a while. That is him to a T. That's what he's brought to the table his entire career. Armando Sewell in the middle.
They fake it. The punt gets faked and it gets stuffed. Ottawa trying to find a little bit of life at the end of the half as they remain scoreless. And Montreal was all over it. Zach Lindley is down and needs some attention at the end of the play, but what great awareness from the Alouettes.
Yeah, and they're just going to read it right here coming from depth, and everybody's got eyes to the ball carrier. Nobody's fooled. They just got to find a way to him. Quick snap it. Ooh-wee. That's a beautiful job, and that is Lindley who made that tackle.
Almost looked like the Alouettes were right before the snap saying to each other, based on the leveraging and the position,
something was different.
Yeah, they noticed something. They were saying, hey, like overload, let's get over here. And then the snap came up and they were in the perfect place. as Lindley continues to talk it through with the training staff.
A little burner here, guarantee it. First one there in contact, beautifully read. They tried to quick snap him too.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm not sure if that tipped them off doing that, if they were just lined up properly and taking the normal time count, clock down a little bit. They tried to quick count him, and Montreal had nothing to do with that.
8th round pick out of Western. Lindley back onto his feet and heads to the sideline here with the training staff.
Yeah, good to see him on his feet. He'll walk that off. He'll be all right.
And Montreal gets much better field position, I think, than Jason Moss was predicting before the fake. Likely thought he was going to be backed up inside his own 20, but the quality of kicker that Richie Leone is, but they decided to fake it, and all the way up here near the beautifully orange-painted 55 are the Alouettes. Take the run, flip it across. Tyson Philpott can't hang on to it. Incomplete.
Beat it up. Yeah, he just tensed up just a little bit. Yeah, just a little point fake. He's coming right to left across Cody's face. Puts it right on him. Got there a little too quickly. Here he comes across in motion. From his perspective, ball's there.
Smoothest operators you'll see on plays like that, but can't hang on to it. Montreal started 5 of 5 on second down conversions, 0 of 5 since. Can they get it here on 2nd and 10? They'll call quarterback draw. Fajardo goes and gets it, slides down, and no flags come up at the end of the play.
Cody's going down, and you saw Howell coming in high on the head. Nice job up the middle. Let's go get some. Trying to look somebody up. Cody's got a big lane, gets what he needs, gets down. I love that.
Quick go to the huddle this time where the Alouettes, they'll hand it off to Stanback, trying to find his way for some yardage, and again, somehow he gets to the edge and looks like it should be 4, and all of a sudden it's 8.
I mean, that's usually not his game. His game is north-south, but watch the agility here. He's going to pump it right down the middle here and then make a move and get upfield. And then bounce it right there. Seeing Speaker on the edge, he uses him as the decoys. Lamont goes flying upfield, and Stanback's headed the other way, picking up valuable yards.
I'll tell you, Pierre-Olivier Lestage at left guard against the top global pick, Leston Teala, is a heck of a one-on-one in the trenches here today. As Fajardo, the run-heavy look, does give it off to Stanback once again. On 2nd and short, he gets it, but he nearly busted that one.
Yeah, he had to lift his right leg up to avoid a would-be tackler in the hole. Almost at the line of scrimmage. You're going to watch him right there, and gets tripped up, and he's upset with himself. He felt like should have busted that. Feeling it, William Stanback.
Got a feeling he might get another shot before this drive is over. 90 seconds remain in the first half of action. Fajardo throws over the middle. Speaker. First down, Alouettes.
Yeah, and I tell you, you can run the football you want, but you've got to be able to block and protect your quarterback. And watch what William Stanback does here, folks. To watch him step up in here and go to war at the line of scrimmage, like I told you. Devontae Williams needs to do, and it's like, yeah, sit down. You're not touching my guy. And then here's the catch on the other end. You got to be able to do it. All kinds of things out of the backfield. William Stanback showing you how.
First and 10, Alouettes. Fajardo goes with a little option pitch. This time gets it on to the edge to Stanback. That was messy in the backfield for Cody, as Lorenzo Malden was bearing down on the rare option.
Yeah, they got crazy in the backfield quickly, and Damon Webb has got to make a choice here on the right side, halfback for Ottawa. Do I stick my head in there? Not really. Got some help from the inside out. Did what he had to do, push him back inside to get some help from the big boys. It's a tough responsibility for Webb, but he did his job there.
Second and 4. 4-man rush. Fajardo has time. Looks over the middle. Philpott! Touchdown, Alouettes!
Cody couldn't get rid of it quick enough. Threw it on a rope, which he had to, because he had help coming from the opposite side of the football field. He's coming in over this way, and is going to be late, as you're going to see the post route just free and easy up the seam. Get it in there. Oh, right in front, I believe it was Coleman coming on the backside, or Lamont. Just in front of his long stretched left arm, and Cody Fajardo fit it in there like a seasoned pro.
A win today would move the Alouettes to 8-7, lock them in to the CFL's East Division playoffs. And that will certainly help at the end of the first half, leading 8-0. They stuff a fake punt on the inside, move it down the field, mix and match the play calling, get Stanback involved, and it's Philpott for 6 to finish it off.
Come on. One of the easiest routes you're going to see by Tyson Philpott. Just run up the field, and the ball's going to be delivered on your 6, right in front of the defender, crossing your face. Cody couldn't get it there fast enough. Couldn't believe he unabated, and that's Coleman, Douglas Coleman, second-year player from Texas Tech, trying to get over there and help late. Cody knew he had it. That's just good recognition, great play call and execution. Down in the red zone, making it happen. This football team in the red zone this year has been fairly solid, 50%. And as opposed to their opponents being a little right around 54%. That looked good right there. Take that all day long, executing in the red zone, putting on big points.
Sun's starting to fade here. The RedBlacks trying to make sure their playoff hopes don't. A late substitution on the kick return unit. Adam Auclair comes off the sideline. Gets set as Cote kicks this one away. And the RedBlacks with some work to do if they want to get a second straight victory at home. Last week against Saskatchewan was a big one for them. This will help out to the 35, but just 36 seconds remain.
Decent return there. Tobias Harris.
Halftime show coming up. Kate Milt, Jim Barker, Dave Naylor.
I haven't seen them today yet. I just wonder how much orange they got going on.
I'm sure they look awesome back
Yes,
in the studio.
I know they do.
We will find out together.
Yep.
From deep drop, pressure on again. Has to try and get it away. Has his legs swept out from under him. Once again, Stubblefield. And it is all Beverett and Stubblefield today for the Alouettes defensively.
Yeah, he's right here. Watch him do his thing, and he's going to go out and around. And again, young quarterback doesn't realize the head of steam that the defender's got, and gets him by the shoelaces and takes him down, and Crum's not happy with that one. Second and long situation here, second and long for this football team is 32%. So you're looking at 32% right here, converting. Doesn't look good for this football team trying to close out the half.
Tough spot to be in as the clock rolls. Another blitz off the edge. Crum does get it away. Deep shot, Shaq Evans. Outside one-on-one, matched up against Deontay Ruffin. And Evans' first target of the ball game will fall incomplete.
Yeah, Mr. Active, 26. You got Stubby. He's coming in hard. He's going to watch him. He's kind of pretending I'm going to cover. I'm going to cover. No, I'm coming. I'm coming. You can always see the body language from them DBs when they're trying to fake it and give you a look like I'm not going to come and blitz and get in your face and pick it up every time.
Alouettes will get the football back here, but no time, or close to no time remaining on the clock. It rolls down, zeros in the stadium, zeros on the clock. And that will do it. That's the half. 15-0. Montreal leads over the Ottawa RedBlacks as the Owls in control.
Some of the nuances of the CFL game is showing right ahead in the first 30 minutes. Pretty sweet right there.
It's been an interesting one with the dribble kick from Jezrin Antwi earlier on, and Joseph Zima and somehow creating a forced fumble.
He knew exactly what he was doing with his left foot.
Back. Boom. A little poke. And Regis Sibasu on his 30th birthday picks it up.
A little MMA right there. A little defensive move off his back.
Let's go down to Joseph Zima alongside Kenzie Lalonde.
Well, let's find out if it was a planned play. Joseph, before we get to that, your team up 15-0 right now. What do you think they're doing well right now?
Yeah, I mean, the defense is holding up well. We just need to keep it going. It's just one half of football, so you go in and reset and just do the same thing the next half and it should be good.
You're known for using your feet, and you did just that. A forced fumble with your foot. Was it planned?
There's no way. I was backwards looking up at the sky, and then I felt the ball on my foot, and I thought I knew what happened. I got up, and I still couldn't believe it. So it wasn't planned, but it was lucky, and sometimes you need luck, to get through the season. So we'll take it.
Well, made for an excellent first half play.
All right, awesome.
Kate, I'll send things back to you.
Don't you love when things line up so perfectly on a broadcast? Alongside Dave Naylor and Coach Jim Barker, Milt Stiegel. Look, we're going to get to the Antwi play. We're going to start with that, but now we have to start with Zima because we have broken down this play. And I think we can confidently say we think this one was planned, was it not? I mean, this is the most unique, one of the most unique things we have seen in the CFL.
Joseph, come on.
Come on, Joseph.
It wasn't planned, but once he fell to the ground and he saw the returner coming towards him, you could see him cock his leg back, bend it a little bit, and it's a great play. It's a smart play. Now, it should be an illegal play because if it's an intentional, it should be illegal, but hey, I love it. Joseph, he's doing whatever he can to do. He's on his back, but he still has his legs. Where is he from originally?
Australia.
Aussie rules football right here on display.
I love it, but for him to say it wasn't intentional, please, Joseph, please.
So if it was intentional, does that mean that it was legal?
The command center looked at it, and they determined it was legal because
it was unintentional.
I mean, it's tough to judge.
It's so tough to judge this.
Because it was not intentional, it's a legal play.
So one other question is, if he would have kicked this out of bounds, who would have got possession of the ball? Because if you kick the ball out of bounds, it goes to the other team.
It would have been Ottawa's ball.
Would have been Ottawa's ball. It would have gone out of bounds.
Yeah, but that was a perfect kick.
Yeah.
I mean, he explains that he has when he feels his foot on the ball, he decides, what is intent? Like when you feel your foot is on the ball, so I might as well try and lose.
How can you tell?
It's, I thought it was incredible. I really did.
Great play.
It's one of those plays that when I watched it, I had no idea what happened.
Yeah.
I can't wait until another punter tries to do that.
There's no way. There's no way it's going to look like that. The timing was perfect. It does look like he, moves his body up to. But you know what? It doesn't matter. The play was amazing.
And it also interrupted a great return by Dandridge, right?
Yes.
Which may have gone to the house if he hadn't done that.
All right, let's go to Joshua Antwi now. And something is special in the CFL when Dave Naylor, who's covered the league for over 30 years, says, "I've never seen that before." But the first person who spoke about it was you, Coach, because you actually practiced that play.
Well, I work for Don Matthews, and he loved these kind of plays. Every team in training camp takes a period, and you work on these kind of things. This is a play, if you'll see, they throw the ball out, and now he's got to get to there. If you notice, the defenders are far away. You have to make the decision. The defenders are far enough away that I can actually put the ball on my foot, pick it up before anybody gets to me. Because the ball is shaped funny and rolls funny. And here, he does a beautiful job of it and barely makes it. So he's turned the ball over to Ottawa and then taken it back. And he's onside. It's called an onside.
And those defenders are so far away from him because it's 2nd and 18. So their thinking is, hey, we'll give you the short catch and we'll just rally up and make the tackle and you'll have to punt the ball. So that was great thinking on Montreal's behalf to say, okay, we're going to give it an opportunity now because we know those defenders are going to be so deep. So great job at Antwi and the Montreal Alouettes.
Well, and that's one of the differences in the game is you have a play by Montreal that nobody is expecting. That catches everybody off guard on a third down play. Then later in the half, we have Ottawa, a third down play near midfield, which is the kind of area you would expect to fake. They try it, get stuffed right away.
I guarantee you, down in the States, I'll go back home and these plays will be on SportsCenter. I promise you. This is nothing like we've ever seen before. So
the minute I saw that one, I said, I have no reference for that. I have
well,
never
defensive
seen that
coordinators will look at it and they'll say, we need to do something on 2nd and long and make sure we understand this and get people there. Because if there's anybody around, you can't really do it. Because the ball, that would have been their ball on the 18-yard line.
Hey, no matter how far you're back, the line of scrimmage is still right there.
We are fortunate when we get one of these plays to have two in the first half alone. What's going to happen in the second half? Currently 15-0 Montreal.
Race to the corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Alouettes. Crum with pressure on. Rolls to his left. He'll take off and run. Crum pumps, gets hit as he throws into the end zone. Intercepted.
Oh, yeah, it is his foot. He kicked it out of his hand.
Why wouldn't the punter?
That's crazy.
Down the sideline, Speaker hung up, but he went back and got it.
I know where the panel will be on Friday night. Carrie Underwood, part of the Grey Cup Festival. The great news is halftime of our next game between the Stampeders and the Hamilton Tiger Cats, we will be announcing the Twisted Tea halftime act. You do not want to miss it. It is kind of a big deal. As mentioned, that game follows Ottawa and Montreal. So Montreal so far looking great in this game, which means the pressure's a little bit more on Hamilton now trying to keep pace. Milt, what would you like to see from the Ticats today?
I need their superstars on offense to show up big. No average games. Tim White, he's been playing well. I need him to play even better. James Butler, he's on the verge of 1,000 yards, which hadn't happened for the Hamilton Ticats
13 years.
13 years. Both of those guys need to show up big for them to have an opportunity to win this game.
Well, they haven't had enough big plays, and that's why they went out and they signed Darrell Walker, who's going to be on the PR this week, but he'll be there next week. So somebody needs to step up. Tim White's been playing well, but has he been that number one guy? That's what you don't know. I'm looking for, this quarterback. I'm looking for Powell to continue to grow, to continue to not turn the ball over, to continue to give them a chance to win.
Well, and one of the things that's helped his development since Scott Milanovich took over the play calling is they've relied a lot more on James Butler. He's been up about 16 carries a game. That's about 5 more than he got under Tommy Condell. But last week, it was 13 for 32, and you saw Taylor Powell pay the price for that. They got to get that run game going with James Butler today.
I can guarantee you guys one thing. It should be a spectacular game. The last 5 meetings between the Calgary Stampeders and the Hamilton Tiger Cats have been decided in the final 3 minutes. No pressure, but we're expecting a big one to wrap up Week 17. But we still have to finish this game. We got stats coming up next. So far, so good for the Montreal Alouettes. What stands out, Dave Naylor?
This is like the 2-for-1 board. Whatever Ottawa's got in the right column, you just double it, and you get the total roughly for Montreal on the left, except for turnovers. 3 for Ottawa, none for Montreal. 104 rushing yards for Montreal in the first half of those. 71 of those coming from William Stanback. He's almost surpassed his total yards against Ottawa from their first 2 meetings of the year.
Fantastic start from Stanback and company. We'll see if Ottawa can get back in it or Montreal hangs on to the lead. Back to TD Place right after this.
Welcome back to the nation's capital, everyone. Marshall Ferguson alongside Matt Dunnigan. Montreal up 15-0 right now against the Ottawa RedBlacks, and it was a very smooth first half from Cody Fajardo.
Yeah.
Got a chance to see him get into a rhythm early and then kind of fell off with the second down conversions, Matty, but he did make some great throws.
Yeah, he did. Capitalized in the red zone. Had some pressure on his face a couple times, and he got away with one. I thought that Money Hunter should have had the field side out, but yeah, Cody's being Cody here. He knows he's got to knife that one in, and so far so good. You can take that first half and bank it all season long. They'll take some of that, but I did think that the young quarterback on the other side, Dustin Crum, he forced one, took points off the board through an interception down the red zone, and then the Money Hunter drop on the interception, potential pick 6 to take it to the house. Those are plays that the RedBlacks need to have in order to win football games.
Absolutely, and it's part of the reason why Montreal's been able to stay in football games is avoiding turnovers. Mentioned off the top today. +8 in turnover differential, second in the CFL. They're going to have a pretty clean second half and put some points on the board if they want to battle back in against Montreal, who will get first touch here in this second half as Letcher stays on his feet again. Great contact balance. They've gone down around the 25, and instead it's 10 yards further ahead for Fajardo to begin his second half.
It was pretty much a veteran first half from Cody, doing the things he did, taking care of the football for the most part. Got away with the one which I mentioned, but take that all day long. You're looking at 26 of 30 there for almost 300 yards if he keeps this up, and you'll take that all day long with the running game that they've established with Antwi and Stanback. Just kind of nickel and diming him. A big shot over the top of Speaker for an explosive in the first half.
Begin on the ground, go back to stand back, off tackle, sacked up. Been a streaky season for the Alouettes. They won 2 to start, lost 3 games, won 4 games, lost 4 games. Well, they did win in Calgary last week, so trying to make sure they keep a win streak going yet again here this season.
Yeah, might as well. Heading into the last stretch here, home stretch. Jason Moss likes to keep it pretty simple, systematic, win the day. So far, they're winning this one in prime fashion, being Alouette fan.
Fajardo with a deep drop, fades it down to Hardy, one hand, incomplete. Raymond Webb in coverage that time as Hardy, rarely used, got an opportunity with some of the injuries they've got in the receiving room, including Keon Julian Grant, who will not return for the Alouettes here.
Yeah, and he's going to come. He's just going to run a climb route right here. And I see him early up here because it's easy, right? Marshall got nobody in our face. And, I'm thinking, give it to him. Give it to him. He could have, if he got it out there early, taken him to the sidelines more, but he lifted it. And then Hardy had to make a circus grab or attempt at one. And nice defensive play to knock out of his hand late.
Whistles here before the forced fumble maker, Joseph Zima, can get this punt away.
Procedure. Montreal, number 49. It's a 5-yard penalty. Remains third down.
Wow. Goes against Frederick Chagnon, backs him up.
Yeah, I mean, this is so close. The difference between explosive play and punting the football. And I mean, that's a nice job of closing there. Really nice job of closing there by Webb. Because he had him early, and the ball just kind of lifted, and Webb, for every step the ball was in the air, Webb was closing and made a nice play right at the end.
This time Zima does get away, just booms one. Added to the highlight reel for Joseph Zima here in Ottawa as Dandridge hoping he outkicked the coverage, and nope, he didn't. Frederick Chagnon must have been bothered by the procedure penalty he just had on special teams, because he's the one who lays the wallop at the end of this one.
Yeah, he's a little perturbed here with himself, and he takes it out on the RedBlacks as he's hustling down the football field here, just getting on his horse, outrunning his man as he's out in front of him, and then he just lays the wood. Whack. Of course, Stubberfield's stay on linebacker. He pretty much had him corralled and just kind of teed him up for Chagnon.
I was say, who's got the legs of the returner? Oh, the guy who's got the legs of everybody on Ottawa so far here today. Dustin Crum. Arnell Sankey blitzing. Crum gets it away to the outside. Right away, Justin Hardy hauls it in, and again, they are hitting down there. That's not just the microphones picking that up, as Wes Sutton makes final contact with Hardy.
It's just Northern Arizona saying, yeah, we can play some ball in Northern Arizona inside out. Hardy makes a quick move here, but then as he turns around to try to elude the defender, there's Sutton saying, hello.
It's Justin Hardy and Seosi Mariner working together at the bottom of your screen for Ottawa. Hard count. Got Sean Lemon. Dustin Crum knew it. We saw Jake Mayer try to do this early in the ballgame last week against Montreal.
Offside, Montreal, number 0. 5-yard penalty, first down.
I love it, though. I mean, we haven't said his name often, or had all basically in the first 30 minutes of play, but Sean Lemon has made his presence known for this football team. Just incredible get halfway through the season, and he's been doing nothing but produce defensively. Interceptions, sacks, just leadership on out the field, work ethic. It's been fun to watch.
Nice snap this time. Devontae Williams trying to outrun everybody on the Alouettes defense. Great job rallying to the point of attack by Montreal. Jason Moss says he wants his team to be fast, physical, and smart. Check mark on all 3 on that play.
Yeah, I just watch out. It's patience of the Montreal defense on this play, particularly Sean Lemon as he drops off into coverage. And you see Mustafa Johnson getting out there, but watch Lemon. ISO, he just drops back, makes sure he gets the edge, forces back in for his teammates, and says, you know what? That's kind of like a quarterback saying, I'll live to play another play. Let my teammates take care of it.
Blitz on from the secondary again here from Montreal on second and long. Crum Loads it up, outside, complete. Late flag comes up back in the backfield as Crum picks himself off the turf. Stubblefield's pointing around at others as Devon Smith has it on the outside for now.
Yeah, they're taking out some frustrations. They're trying to get to Crum and hit him late, and then I think this is Uguak is right here. And watch him just a little late after the throw. Working so hard, then he's trying. Come on. Son, I didn't hit him. He didn't go to the ground. Come on. Doing everything I can here. I was 6'5", 280 pounds.
No, it was great. We're talking with Sean Lemon this week, and he says, Lowell came to me and said, I want to have pass rush moves like you. And Sean said, dude, you're 6'5". Like, things that work for me won't work for you.
Roughing the passer, Montreal, number 96. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
He said, you got to find your own repertoire. Find your own things that you like.
So what do you teach that guy? You know, with his length and his speed and his raw athletic ability. I think there's something that he can learn from Lemon. I think that's all he was asking. Come on, Sean, give me some of the tools of the trade. Anything here. Work with me. Well, he's a special talent, and they're happy to have him.
First round pick for the Alouettes is Uguak, but he gets roughing the passer there, and Ottawa will gladly take a little jolt of life with a fresh set of downs. Free runner, Crum gets pulled down behind the line. Darnell Sankey.
Wow. Yeah, Darnell, I believe he's right, is right here. How about that for drawing, folks? Yeah, been working on that for a while. That's skill sets right there. Way to go. Sankey getting in there, doing what he does. Listen to his coach talk about him. Jason Moss says he's just a tackling machine.
We'll line up two linebackers right over the center on second and long here, and then look to blitz Wesley Sutton. This time they get it out. Incomplete, intended for Braylon Addison. That is hard living for the RedBlacks offense right now, going backwards on first down a couple times in a row.
Yeah, 3rd and 20 against this football team. Quarterback's feeling pressure. Braylon Addison really not feeling the same type of pressure quarterback is. He's tired of getting hit already here in the second half, and ball comes out quickly. Too quick for Braylon Addison to make a play on it.
Well, Richie Leone will have to kick this one away. 5th year with the club out of Houston, and he drops this one just outside the 15. Penalty flag comes down. Wonder if it was no yards. Not trying to get out as Letcher continues to weave and bob his way through red and black uniforms. We will sort out the flags on the other side. There are multiple flags down. And what could have been for the Ottawa RedBlacks trying to find a way to get into the end zone, trailing 15-0 right now. Need a little bit of something. Crum just off the mark. If the Montreal Alouettes are going to have an opportunity to make some noise against the Toronto Argonauts or anyone else in this East Division, you better believe that number 31 has got to get going. And in the first half, he had it churning on that first drive. 3 rushes, 44 yards, and it ended with that touchdown. But he doesn't stop there, Matty.
Jason Moss, their head coach, ex-quarterback, high level, throwing for 5,000 yards in the season himself, knows how important a running game is for a quarterback, for that offensive line. To have more tools in their toolbox to be successful. When you establish the line of scrimmage, you can establish an offense much easier.
No yards against Ottawa. Hold against Montreal. They'll move it up 5 yards after the flags just before we went to break. And speak of the man, he shall deliver.
Yeah, why not? Beautiful day like today. Nation's capital. Oh, what, it's 75 degrees? What is that, about 22, 23 degrees Celsius here? Just like zero wind. It's like if you can't get up for this, and it looks like William Stanback has in a big way, something's wrong.
Bo Shedler-Fervius, the 7th receiver taken in the 2023 draft at St. Mary's, in there trying to create whatever positive momentum he can.
To be honest with you, first time you've ever heard that name before, Shedler. I love it. And hey, FYI, Grandpa over here, first grandson coming in the family here in about 5 months, and we're all in on boys' names right now. Stand back. How about stand back Dunnigan?
There you go. Does that work? Well, it's fourth in Alouettes history now.
Throw it out there.
Maybe that fits as he moves forward past Coach Tyrell Sutton.
I'm not sure about Pat Abruzzi, but I know about that guy at top right there. 31 runs a lot like Mike Pringle.
Caleb Evans.
Good luck going to getting those numbers.
Got the short yardage sneak. They'll keep him in and give him a quarterback run against his old teammate, Lorenzo Malden. Said, I've seen this in practice. Turn him right back around as Evans won a game here earlier on this year in a big comeback, but Lozo not just a pass rusher on that one.
Crazy. Cody goes to the sidelines. He's looking at 1st and 10, moving the chains. And then he comes off the field, and they're going to give that. And watch Lozo. He's just right down here on the edge. And he's not having any of this. Tuck goes out and around, figures that Evans is going to be about. Run Lozo, and Lozo says, no.
That puts Cody in a bad spot here, backed up. Deep in his own end, 5 receivers at his disposal. Low snap into his knees, picks it up, pressure on, and he will go down.
Wow. Turn of events. Low snap starts this melee. Wakefield says, yeah, I'll take all of that. Ball's low. Lawrence just kind of scoots it back to him a little bit too hard. TH, too hot to handle. And Cody's just trying to survive, get his eyes right, see if he can't find a little lane. And Wakefield says, nope, I got you. Fish on, baby, fish on.
Reels it in Ottawa. A little bit of momentum here despite their last possession. These two teams 8th and 9th in the CFL in sacks allowed. It's starting to show here in the 3rd quarter. Got to keep the passers clean if they want a chance as Dandridge returns this one out beyond the 40-yard line. And it will be Ottawa possession with a new opportunity to put some points on the board. Cleon Knight
just banging that.
Might not have been in the backfield, but he feels it. Montreal Alouettes defense have been on it throughout this one, frustrating Dustin Crum, creating turnovers when they had their best opportunity to put points on the board. And there is no end in sight for Dustin Crum right now. He and Kahari Jones have got to try to figure this one out. Everything's gone a little sideways, even with the Zima boot up in the air, creating a forced fumble.
Yeah, you're 30, almost 30 minutes in, 40 minutes in, and you got 0 points on the board. It's been a long day and a heck of a day for Northorpe and his defense. Just frustrating the young quarterback, taking points off the board in the red zone. Huge interception.
As we know for the Ottawa RedBlacks, anything can happen with Dustin Crum, that magic from the start of his tenure as the starting quarterback here in Ottawa. But it is a slow burn right now offensively. This time they'll pump. Braylon Addison down the seam. Breaks across midfield, and Marc-Antoine Ducroix brings him down, but that's one way to scheme it up.
Yeah, and a little double move here, and it gets him in behind. Addison is coming from right to left here, and he's going to get in the hole right in front of Ducroix. Lemon almost got the ball. He's dropping in coverage. I love to see that as a quarterback. It's like, hey, this guy's not rushing me. That's a good thing. He's got 99 of those career sacks going. He drops up in the coverage. I'll take advantage of that 24/7.
26-yard gain, biggest from scrimmage today for the RedBlacks offense. This time it goes outside. That's Tavon Smith, the Canadian, making the grab.
Yeah, not many grabs coming in this ball game for Tavon. He's just kind of getting started here. Had one catch coming in. He's right here. Bang. Sit down. Guys high. Come back and get it. Make a move. Couldn't do it. Zanto was right there making the open field tackle.
One of the most fire tacklers in that Montreal secondary. Endo back in the lineup.
Big kid too. I like the size.
Crum with pressure coming. Has just enough time to get it inside to Jack Evans. Taps the toes. First down RedBlacks.
You know, we've seen throwing to his right. The ball sailing on Crum quite often. Yeah, and you're going to just watch Evans doing his thing. He's going to run kind of like a fly and die here. He's going to help his quarterback. Just sit and pivot. Gets his toes down, gets both feet in. It's a nice catch here. Goes and gets it. Piece of cake all day long. Been doing that since grade school.
Crum, as they bail out from middle pressure and send it off the edge, will throw this one into the feet of Evans. Live to play, 2nd and 10.
That's right. Don't take points off the board. Don't take a sack here. Make it a long field goal. Just 2nd and 10. They'll take our chances right there. Heads up play by Dustin Crum under pressure.
Man, it's got to be hard to play against Northrop's defenses, though, right? And Avery Williams said, see ya, and they bring it off the edge.
Yeah, just coming, and dropping. Trying to force the quarterback into an area, right? You give it to him, take it away. We see that a lot. Tendencies are based on that. So they bring 2 people, one more than they can handle, and drop a guy off into the area that their hot is going to be in, and good things happen defensively.
See what confusion the Alouettes bring here. Again, they drop, blitz off the edge. Crum gets it outside. Justin Hardy. Time on target.
Shot over there.
And a big hit along the sideline. Back up on his feet.
Never lost control of the camera. That's a hell of a job right there. Take a look, Corey. Well done, my man. Watch him. Speed cut out. Bam. Get on the break. Get it out there. Dequoi's trying to undercut it. Take the shot. Lose the headgear. Get up like he'd done it all with life. Beautiful timing throw. Oh, my goodness. Right into your kitchen sink.
Straight to the sky, but never lost it. Corey Watts. You are the toughest amongst us.
Buying that guy a beer tonight. Guarantee it. Guarantee it.
A round of applause from
Yeah, we've seen this happen a couple times here. They had the Coors Light moment of pills a couple weeks back, and it was Jason Hennessy a couple weeks ago, and now Corey's taking a shot right to the chest on this one.
Listen, I've worked with Corey enough to know that's going to go straight to his head.
Yeah, well,
that's okay. I mean, he earned it.
He did. That's just, you got to get, anything to do to get the shot, and he got the shot.
Well, Ottawa fans hoping they have more to celebrate here. A couple of sacks, get the football back. Shot play down the field. And 1st and 10 after the completion to Hardy. Crum looks to his right, pumps, holds on to it, and he's pulled down again. Tyrese Beverett.
Jeez, the guy just, his stat sheet is just ridiculous. And it's just, it is crazy. Watch this ISO on this kid and watch him work. He's just trying to, I'm not coming. Yes, I am. And then you got Ugawak out there holding it down the edge. Everybody else coming in there. Mustafa Johnson just chewing on you. And Beverett's already got the biggest piece and got you down. Sankey's enjoying his teammate. Love him being here. Yeah, Tyrese Beverett, special ball player.
2nd and 7 plus. The RedBlacks 32% tied for last in the CFL with Calgary. They got to move it here. Crum dancing around, looks to throw. Did he fit it in to Waylon Addison? It's short of the marker, but they'll give him the catch somehow.
Are you putting points on the board? Are you taking the 3 here, kicking a field goal, or are you going to go for it? What do you think? What do you do? I mean,
this crowd is going to love if they keep the offense out. They are.
Oh, yeah. First of all, it's a long way to run. If you got to substitute in and out.
Hey, I've listened to a lot of RedBlacks post-game shows when we're done calling games here. These are the moments that get discussed week after week after week.
As they should.
Can you finish a game? Can you climb your way back into a game in the biggest moments? They haven't had many opportunities from this close to the doorstep.
Noel Thorpe looking like one-on-one coverage, bringing heat.
Pressure's on. Crum gets it away.
That's going to be a good foot race.
He's going to outrun everybody from the receiving group, but can Crum make the play? Runs to the pylon. Dequoy, touchdown Alouettes. 109 yards the other way.
One-on-one coverage as pressure's coming. Everybody's coming, and Dequoi's got to make a play on a speed cut out. He undercuts Addison, and then it's a foot race. And I'm watching the angle here, and I'm thinking Crum's got him, but Dequoi's got that 400-meter stride going right there, and he takes it to the house. From taking points off the board to putting points on the board, this is how difficult it is in the Canadian Football League to win football games. Take it to a win or losing. yards there. 2 yards. And Dequan took full advantage. Ready? Uses athletic ability. Pick 6. Just absolutely needed it. That's huge. This guy's stat line, 4 special teams tackles along with 47 tackles, 2 forced fumbles. It's his 5th interception, 6 knockdowns, 2 fumble recoveries, and 2 tackles for losses. That is the biggest of the season for Dequan right now when his team needed it.
Welcome back to Ottawa and a huge moment in this ball game. The eyes of Marc-Antoine Dequan. Man coverage all the way. Read the mail on Braylon Addison, and it was off to the races. Dustin Crum is a heck of an athlete to make a run like that, and he was inches away from being able to make the tackle. But what a play by Dequan.
Yeah, I learned something from Warren Moon way back, and Warren would practice. He'd throw that wide side out and start running to the wide side sidelines. And I asked him why. He says, it's a long way over there. I'm just getting a head start. And Dustin Crum needed a head start on that one because Dequan was not going to be denied.
Well, my former offensive coordinator, John Behe, used to tell me, just turn and run for the pylon. Hope you meet him somewhere along the way. Crum did that, and now off to the races goes on to his special team. Cutting it back across the 50, and a nice return that time up near the 55. Back and forth we go. 22-zip Montreal, but Tobias Harris is trying to get Ottawa some instant field position every time he touches it.
Trying to stay on the field as well, too, Marshall, because Devontae Dedmon's getting healthy and getting close to being back in that lineup, but Tobias is feeling the heat.
You heard Matt Dunnigan detail his list of accomplishments this season. He has been a ball hawk of the greatest extent for this Alouettes secondary all over the place. It's amazing how often he's involved in the running game, and then somehow he's always in the right place on the back end.
And he mentioned his eyes in that interception. Man coverage, Northorpe bringing pressure on the quarterback, and his eyes were perfect. He was in his back pedal, and he saw the break. He didn't even hesitate, didn't look at the quarterback, just covered his man and undercut it, and it was to the house. And to watch him stride it out like that, it's a beautiful thing.
After that interception in the long run, Dustin Crum and the RedBlacks offense go back to work as Stubblefield makes the stick right at the line of scrimmage for this Alouettes defense once again.
Yeah, just making them run to a bubble where there's pressure coming and would-be tacklers, and Stubblefield is there again. 2nd and 9, 2nd and long. RedBlacks this year on 2nd and long situation are just 32.4%. Odds are low.
In a tough spot here, especially with all the different looks Montreal has been giving. Ton of secondary blitz. They'll send it again with Stubblefield. Crum, Sean Lemon bearing down, gets it away. Nice throw that time into a tight window to Justin Hardy for the first down.
Yeah, it really was. And he had to put a little mustard on this one, and that's the heater, the number 1. He's right here. Watch him just go sit down here at the sticks. And then Dustin's just got to crank it right in front of the quads, lurking once again. And Sankey inside out makes the tackle, but not after the first down's game.
Go and run this time. Now Crum pulls it. Goes right down the hash, slides his way down. And he'll pick up the first down with his legs to the 30.
Yeah, business decision right there. Kahari Jones telling us that he's talked to him about that, but he wants him to be himself and pulls it and reads it. Sean a little overzealous, and he's got a hole in the inside, and bang.
Just his second carry of the ball game. This time, Alouettes all over the place right before the snap. Crum again looks to the outside, incomplete to Shaq Evans that time. When we talked this week with Kahari Jones, they said, you guys are getting a whole lot of basic cover 1, cover 3. Do you think that's because of Crum's running ability, as we just saw in that last play? He said, yeah, I mean, people have to account. You have to send extra bodies at the line.
And Northorpe has been given a steady diet of that all night. And this guy's capitalized on it for the most part. Dequan back there with his 5th of the year and made it look real easy. Just perfection there. Northorpe's got his defense clicking here. Backed up, though, in the red zone on the 30-yard line, 2nd and 10. See if they bring pressure once again.
Braylon Addison adds in with some pass protection help. Trying to contain Sean Lemon. Crum over the top for Evans. Incomplete. Flag is out.
Pretty tight coverage over there. That's roughing on Evans here, one-on-one. And I can't believe that Crum actually got this off. Evans just plays it outside in. He's in a trail technique. He's going to try to undercut it. Ball's hanging. He climbs him. And, yeah, he's all over him, impeding his opportunity to get to the football. And it's an easy call for official. Big-time play for the RedBlacks, knocking on the door after catastrophe struck last time down in this area. See if they can punch it in.
Evans nearly came up with that despite the pass interference. There's also a flag back at the original line of scrimmage.
Illegal contact, Montreal. Number 2, that penalty is declined. Pass interference, Montreal. Number 22, the foul happened in goal. The ball will be placed at the 1-yard line. That's the end of the third quarter.
So the fourth quarter will begin with a goal line opportunity, and they'll make the long trip, the same long trip that Marc-Antoine Ducroix made on his huge pick 6 to extend the Alouettes lead to 22-0. They'll walk it the opposite way with Ottawa trying to punch it in here against the Alouettes. Lots of work to do in quarter number 4, and who knows with Dustin Crum. Last week, the Montreal Alouettes in Calgary were able to secure themselves a victory in the second half by only allowing 3 points in the entire second half, creating 3 turnovers while they're back to their old ways once again, Matt Dunnigan, as they've got themselves a huge pick 6 by Marc-Antoine Ducroix. A couple of times Ottawa's been deep down inside Montreal territory, and it's been an interception. They've got another opportunity here to begin the fourth, but it's an uphill climb.
Yeah, knocking at the door here. Came up empty last time just because of Ducroix, but offensively, Montreal really didn't do anything in that third quarter. It was all the RedBlacks, and the RedBlacks certainly I think capitalized on field position. They haven't made it work out for them at this point, but I tell you, it's a long road to climb back out of here in the hole, and it's 22-0. Everything's got to come together for the RedBlacks here in the last 15 minutes in order to get this done.
The Alouettes challenged the defensive pass interference at the end of the third quarter. And so they've taken a look at it back in the command center, and Justin McInnes, the referee, has the announcement.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. Montreal will be charged a timeout.
Yeah, that's 2 of 10 now in challenges for the Montreal head coach Jason Moss, and why not?
Darryl Pigram comes in, short yardage quarterback for Ottawa here. As low snap, and it looked like Montreal tried to blow this up before the ball ever came up. I think it'll look straight down the line at the mayhem before this one got off.
Oh yeah, they're lined up off, and then looks like Sewell's a little early there.
Offside, Montreal defensive line.
Yeah, just
the play will be redone.
Yes,
first down.
Call everybody. Everybody's running. Because if one guy messes up, everybody runs, right?
Laughing at the first-year TD Moultrie saying, listen, if Sewell the veteran's going, I'm going.
Yeah.
And he fires off as well.
Yeah.
Ottawa trying to get into the end zone.
Back. His fingers over the line. He's going to be called again.
Right down the line. Trying to jam it forward in behind Bless Mateo, a defensive lineman. Litre gives the single.
Well, I mean,
official doesn't.
This is too easy to call as far as I'm concerned.
Touchdown.
Yeah, but
ruling on the field is a touchdown.
Yeah, what I see is this finger right here. That's clearly over the line. The letter of the law says it can't be. It's on the 1-yard line. You got to be behind that white line. Doesn't matter anyways. They score, but you just got to be careful there. You know, you got to tighten up those things down the stretch here in the season. Can't be having those mental mistakes, giving people another opportunity. RedBlacks punch it in though, and it really doesn't matter. It
was close with the finger on the line. It was also close with Pigram as he plunges his way off that left-hand side. In behind Dino Boyd, Zach Pelios, Anthony Gosselin.
The previous play is being automatically reviewed by the command center.
That was Moultrie, first-year player from Auburn. He's got to learn the rules, right? I mean,
after review, the ruling on the field stands.
Well, that's a good start to this fourth quarter.
Breathe a little bit of life into the crowd.
Yep.
After the RedBlacks had a 7-game losing streak this season, so many of them close victories. by the opposition. As Michael Domagala in for Lewis Ward. Injured and out. Kicker here in Ottawa. And so Domagala knocks it through. It is 22-7.
Interesting note for the RedBlacks special teams. Perfect on those converts this year. Talked to Lewis Ward coming in, and he's in a cast with a torn pec from trying to be a football player and get involved in a tackle a couple weeks back, and therefore Domagala's been in there and doing a really nice job. 2 of 3 last year. Domagala is perfect on the converts as well, along with Ward. Ward plans on working on his lower half as his upper half heals. He's having a really solid season, and there's a look at Lewis right there. You gotta like his mindset, but just kick the ball.
Yeah, tough loss for
absolutely,
obviously, but
yeah.
Statsman extraordinaire John Perlberg just reminded me here that biggest fourth quarter comeback in Ottawa football history, Kerry Joseph.
Okay.
Canada Day 05 against Montreal. 23 points, trailed 33-10, and won 39-36 in OT.
Little sidebar for Kerry Joseph. Played his ball down in Louisiana, university football down there. He's going in the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame this year. Congratulations, Kerry.
For any RedBlacks fans wondering if there's a chance. 7 plays, 57 yards in 2.5 minutes, and they're on the board. Fletcher stays on his feet and spins all the way down inside the Ottawa 50.
Have we found another one? Have we found another returner for the CFL? I mean, we're blessed with him, man. And Fletcher has been lighting it up and doing his dangest to keep on his feet and get every yard he can this afternoon. There's another look at it. Well, that's special. That's a guy wanting a job there and keeping it, trying to take full advantage of Chandler Worthy being on the sidelines.
How about Speaker and Tyson Philpott, touchdown maker today for the Alouettes out in front, right? Throwing blocks. Everybody working on specials for Montreal. Fajardo, quick throw outside. It goes to Speaker as Justin Howell flies down from free safety, ripping at that football, trying to get a turnover here for the Ottawa defense.
Yeah, Speaker having a really good football game in place of Austin Mack, a guy who's been the common denominator and putting up big yards against the RedBlacks, and doing a nice job today of picking up the slack for Austin Mack.
And something we see so much of is Danny Machocha watches on.
Plug and play guy.
Yeah,
got his guys ready. Finding talent. Saw where Edmonton signed Canadian D lineman and another receiver today. Keep tweaking those lineups. Tweaking them here, tweaking them there.
Stand back on 2nd down and 4. They brought in both fullbacks. And Sibusu and James Tuck and tried to out-physical Ottawa at the point of attack, but they run the football and set up the field goal unit.
Long one here for Cote. See if Zima can make another foot tackle.
Yeah.
I can't believe, I mean, that was an honest interview with Kelsey on the sidelines right before the half there. He said he didn't do it on purpose, but our panel in the studio, yeah, Kenzie, was all over that. And he said, nah, just kind of happened. Didn't do it on purpose.
Cote looking for his first made field goal of the day. Will add it to the 3 extra points he's converted. Nice deep kick, missed the first 2 from 46. That one from 47 is all good for the Owls as they are in control on a picturesque day in Ottawa. As we continue with fourth quarter action, the CFL on TSN. Well, it is a battle between our 2 standout tough guys here. Jason versus Corey. Who did it better? Who had more success being able to fight through adversity when it comes to the Canadian Football League? Oh, Corey!
Shot.
Corey took this one today. So this is the hit that we saw earlier on, and Justin Hardy, a gentleman, picks up Corey, says, yeah, good job. The crowd gave that one, I think, an 8.5. A couple weeks ago, same matchup, Jason. Oh, no! Look out now!
Oh, man, we all feel your pain.
And Jason very nearly, oh, he did give the bow, yeah, a little side shuffle hand wave there.
Shake it out.
The crowd, you know what? We'll have to see what the crowd gave that. We'll go back to the noise meter. Great job by everybody on our crew putting that together, and of course Jason and Corey toughing it out down there on the sidelines to bring you the best shots and sounds that the CFL can, as Jalen Ackland makes a quick grab here, turned around and sat down. Montreal at 25-7, and Dustin Crum battling through a Montreal defense that has just given him fits and sent pressure from every single direction imaginable here. It's just a three-man rush this time. Open throw to the outside. Catch made. First today, Seosi Mariner. First down, RedBlacks, but a flag is down in the backfield. Yep.
Holding, Ottawa, number 50. It's a 10-yard penalty. Repeat, second down.
Fifth game starting. That is Dante Bull, the first overall pick in this year's draft.
Yeah, big man, right tackle. Uguak gets popped in the face and then grabs him. That's a good idea because you don't want to get your quarterback lit up from the backside with that guy. Go ahead and take the penalty, and quarterback understand it tomorrow. That was a good initial pop by Uguak. Right in the chest and popped his head back and got the edge, and he had no choice but to grab it.
Like a combine rep in real time. First overall pick against 7th overall pick from this year. As Crum takes the snap, checking it down underneath. It goes to Devontae Williams. Sankey hits somebody, bounces off somehow, and Sankey gets a second hit in on Williams.
Yeah, and going right back to the interior and watching Bull here on the right side, and just watch him right here and watch this move by Sean Lemon, dealing with all kinds of inside. He had help from Ruby, but I mean, those guys are coming from all different angles, all different sizes and moves, and it's just nightmare sometimes for those interior tackles on the offensive line.
See if Fletcher's got anything special for us here inside his own 20. Cuts across the 30, tries to outrun another tackle.
I'm liking this
Finally pushed out of bounds, and he has really helped their punt return game. As Darnell Sankey hit after hit after hit. They add up, and he delivers. Montreal in control. Well, a tough day for the Ottawa offense, but defensively, Bryce Carter's been on it this week as he was last week. He has been a breakthrough player for this RedBlacks group over the last while, and Kenzie Lalonde has more at field level.
Well, Marshall, we've been talking about toughness. Corey Jason, yes, but I'm also going to throw in Bryce Carter, the youngest of 8 siblings. He has 5 older sisters, 2 older brothers, and when he looks back on his favorite childhood memories, it involves his older sister. She would drive him to and from football practice, blaring music like Cassidy and Young Jeezy. He said it was the ultimate hype moment for him, but growing up, basketball was really the eye for the game for him. Then as he got older, he realized, well, his build better suited for football. In his freshman year of high school at Steelton High Spire in Pennsylvania, coaches pulled him inside and said, you've got talent, stick with this, work hard, and do good in school. It can lead to a Division I scholarship. Sure enough, he received that scholarship to Townsend and went on to James Madison.
Yeah, he's done a great job here with the RedBlacks. He told us if COVID doesn't happen, he probably doesn't end up at James Madison. So Townsend wasn't playing. I had to find somewhere to play, so he transferred. It changed his career. A little pump on the outside. Fajardo wanted the home run, didn't have it. Now he's going to check it down underneath. Sivasu, second catch of the ball game, and a first down for the Alouettes.
Wow, just a brilliant job of Fajardo extending the play and not getting greedy and making a poor decision to put the RedBlacks right into this. He took care of the football here. Watch him pump fake. He wanted the deep ball and the double move. He's got pressure in his face, and Mustafa's there. And then he just keeps extending the play, and he finds 83 and moves the sticks. That's just a heads-up betcha play by the quarterback.
Old diamond backfield here from the Alouettes. Jason Moss dusting this one off, and they'll look to throw it a bit high and away. And Shedler Furbius, the intended target, running that slant on the outside.
Cody takes a shot on this one. block coming off the edge right here. Just coming right in. Little lay down there. No big deal. Just kind of just have a seat. Otherwise, we know that would have been called roughing on the quarterback.
Spread things out here for Fajardo against a 5-man rush. Fading to his left, incomplete. Intended for Tyler Snead. That's one of the first times you really feel the absence of Austin Mack, is you're trying to throw a slant outside to what would have been Mack out with injury today, one of the leading receivers in the CFL, and then try to jam it in, but all the attention on Tyler Snead without Mack in the lineup.
Yeah, and you say trying to jam it in. It's what Cody did there. Wasn't it? That was an ill-advised throw, an attempt when you probably want to have back, because you didn't see it clearly. So get off of it and make something else happen and throw it away. Don't try to stick it in there where it could get pick 6 the other way and bring the RedBlacks right back into it.
See how much pressure they decide to send here. Everybody coming. Can't get home. Little sidewinder this time from Joseph Zima.
I like that. Bring it back. Sucking it back.
As he sticks it inside the 10 and no yards flag comes up. And they'll assess that at the end of the play as Stubblefield on special time teams once again. Tyler Hubbard, part of the Grey Cup.
There is no penalty for no yards on the play. The player was pushed in. First down.
Part of the halftime show at the Grey Cup last year in Regina. Who will be the halftime show this year in Hamilton? We find out at halftime of the Tiger Cats and the Stampeders coming up right after this one is done. Here's the CFL on TSN continuing. Double header.
Say you got intel on that?
Maybe. I didn't say it, dude.
I'm out in the dark, right? I'm just out here. I feel like I'm.
It's called a team.
Outside of the spacecraft. Look at him.
Ottawa's offense backed up deep.
However, we have an illegal block. Ottawa number 38, half the distance to the goal. First down.
Well, that one hurts for the RedBlacks. They thought they had no yards. They didn't. Player got pushed in. Justin McInnes says, however, there was an illegal block right there from DeAndre Lamont.
Couple of them.
So half the distance, it'll set the ball back to the 4-yard line.
Yeah. You're down 18. You got 106 yards to go. Need something to happen here. Need explosive play. We haven't seen a lot of that by them lately.
And despite playing at home, orange flags everywhere.
Regular.
Procedure. Ottawa number 54, half the distance to the goal. Repeat first down.
Jacob Ruby will take the penalty there. And in case you're wondering, a fan group did make the trip from Montreal, and yes, the Horns are here.
I heard them pregame. I'm thinking, no, they didn't let him into the park, did they? And just go simply remove that. And if the guy didn't want to give up, escort him out.
Yeah, you better believe the rematch coming next week, Thanksgiving in Montreal. Woo, there'll be some Horns. But they've made the trip.
That's not good for a viewing pleasure.
Off the upright, dead ball.
That's dead ball.
Sean Lemon thought he was going to get himself.
He likes it, though. He thinks he's got his 3rd interception of the season. That's a dead ball as soon as it hits the
We have peak
crossbar.
We have peak CFL here.
That's it.
In week 17.
It is just rifle it in there. Boink. Oh, it hits
Off
the upright.
Off the base stanchion, not even off the crossbar or the uprights.
On the previous play, the ball hit the upright. It's an incomplete pass. Second down.
Sean does not like that. He says, I'm in an athletic play. I need something for this. I'm not giving it up until I get something. He wants a prize. Hey, that guy's been all over the football field for this team since becoming a Alouette, and boy, he's just another example of his athletic ability.
Don told us in the offseason, he's like, I don't get another job. I train. I train for football. This is what I do. He does it for moments like that, and then he doesn't get a touchdown. It's good that he has a sense of humor about it, but for Ottawa, nothing to laugh about. 2nd and 12 now from their own 2. Crum looking to the short side away from the uprights. And it is completed. What a throw. Standing tall in the pocket from his own end zone. Dustin Crum somehow slings it into Shaq Evans. This is a great look at it, Matty.
Yeah, right in front of Ruffin. Well, that's a shot. I asked Kahari Jones, I said, What's it like? I mean, you're a deep ball chunker. You like to push him down the field. I said, does Crum have the arm strength? Oh yeah, man. He's got a strong arm. So saw a little bit of it right there from 18.
Down 25-7, but a great play from Crum as this time stands in, finds Evans again, and that one came out with some RPMs on it as well.
Yeah, and this is, I mean, if you're Montreal here, you're going to give this to them all day. Make them march the length of the field, take time off the clock here in the fourth quarter, 8:15 left. But I would expect Noel to be impatient here a little bit, you know, because that's his nature. He likes to bring heat.
Flag comes up on the snap.
Well, that doesn't help.
Crum was trying to sneak it forward. And yeah, it'll be offsides against Montreal.
Moultrie in there.
Offside, Montreal, number 97. 5-yard penalty, first down.
And there is an injured.
We talked about him down on the goal line with his hand over the line of scrimmage. He hadn't figured out this yard neutral zone just yet. He's first-year player down there in the bottom, 97. Does a nice job once the ball snapped, but a little overzealous lining up in the neutral zone. First-year player.
Looks like something's wrong there with the first overall pick. Dante Bull making his way to the sideline with his hand or his wrist was down that time.
Yeah, he's been having a hard time with right tackle. Those Alouettes have been going on the outside and the inside, and he's needed help from Ruby. Now he's needing help from the trainers. Tough day for the big man.
Zach Bellios checks in. He has played right tackle early in the season before Dante Bull was healthy to go. So he assumes his old spot against Sean Lemon as Crum scrambles forward, fakes a little shovel, and runs right into traffic, falls on the turf. At the bottom of the pile, rolling around, it's still loose. Look who's got it.
You believe it?
Lemon drops all day.
That is just unbelievable. The Lemonator strikes again.
Sean Lemon into the end zone. Marc-Antoine Dequoy had a pick six. Now you've got Sean Lemon, the strip, rolling around, bounces somehow into the arms of Zero, and he's off to the races.
There he is right there, Sean Lemon. That's what he does. The effort pays dividends for the Lemonator. The ball just gonna seems to pop into his hands and bang, sprinter speed, get there. He can't believe it. A couple plays previously off the post of the uprights into his hands. He thought he had a touchdown. Now he's swimming in the Olympics. Look at him. It's just incredible. Sean Lemon just
First career TD, we'll take it.
Right? Yeah.
Still looking trying to become the 21st player to 100 career sacks. Hasn't got that done today, but he's had an eventful one. And you know when you watch a movie with a friend where you know the ending and they don't?
Yeah.
That whole replay.
Yeah.
I was just watching Sean Lemon to figure out what was he doing for the 7 seconds that ball was loose the pile. He stopped playing.
He was just
standing there and it popped right into his chest.
And like football gods are looking down upon you favorably right now. That is unreal. Give him a little bone for that. A couple plays earlier we didn't get an interception when he thought he had one.
And emblematic of the difficult season the RedBlacks have had. There's the literal bounces.
Gift.
You feel me? No, we getting 100 this drive. 100 this drive. Good work.
Sean Lemon says he's getting 100. His final sack to get to that 100 mark this drive. He wants it, but here he is.
Check off another box. Out and around. Good things happen. Now just stand around, catch your breath. Here we go. Nothing. Ball's out. Then it's the sprinter speed. Kind of shuffling into the end zone.
Oh, man. Come on, man. Yeah. You're next now. Where is it? I see you, man. No, I see you, man. Good work, man. Who got the ball?
Oh, yeah. You don't find that ball. Somebody's going to pay for that ball if they don't have it. They got to be messing with it. They got to be messing with it.
All chips in the ball. Here's that. I saw him spinning when he was laying down with the rest of the swimming team in the end zone.
Yeah, he's too busy doing his celebration dance, which I don't know when you celebrate that or when you practice that, because you never scored before.
Well, I asked Sean if he gets sack 100, is there a celebration I should be aware of? And he said, no, just wait, you'll see. I don't know if that was the one, and they just used it on the touchdown, but he'll come back out on defense after this return as Tobias Harris bounces his way up past the 35-yard line. It is time now for our Coors Light moment of chill. And one of the great things as I come into the field every day is I get a chance to see Matt Dunnigan sling the rock. Look at that, the external rotation. And look, you got a throwing partner today.
That's Kahari Jones on the other end. And Kahari, you know, he jumped it. I said, dude, you're all lathered up. I said, let's go. And
look at that.
It's a thing of beauty watching two old guys throw football.
You tearing up the chest?
It's
a little tight?
I was like, I either quit now or I'm going to pull something.
It was great to watch you guys have a game of catch before
my goodness.
the game got underway here in Ottawa.
I thank Kahari for obliging me, but I think ask anybody on that squad, he's always looking for another set of hands to catch the ball and throw it, and I'm the same way. We never get a chance. These old dogs, it's not like you can't go out there and just play a round of tennis or a round of golf. You know, you just can't sling it with anybody. And Kahari's always looking for a friendly partner in the game of catch, and I was too, and so it just kind of happened.
Great to see the button on there that Kahari has as well with the Indigenous-inspired logo today, made by Mike Ival.
Yeah, he gets it.
The RedBlacks were wearing during their warm-ups, and the orange jerseys and Truth and Reconciliation Day being auctioned off across the country, across the CFL.
Both his girls are in college right now. So his family continues to move down the road. Oh, pressure again.
Yeah, Tyrese Beverett from Stanton. Sankey got a clean shot on him. He somehow got it away. It's a flag down, but Ottawa is all the way down to the 46-yard line, and Crum absolutely.
Sankey was headhunting, and I think he's going to get called for a late hit, and he's just coming. He's here, and he's going to come way over here and come in late. Watch Sankey. We'll just watch number one, because this play is not done yet. Here he comes. Now he's going to pressure. He's heat-seeking right here, right over the top. Oh, my goodness.
Roughing the passer, Montreal, number 1. 15 yards from the end of the play, first down.
Ooh-wee, that's a tackle machine Jason Moss talked about, and he was all in on that one. And Crum miraculously got it away and found a receiver and tack on another 15. But that's just who Sankey is, man. He's just a ball player there. And he felt an opportunity to pressure and kind of got called for a little high hit.
Well, full credit to Dustin Crum. There's been a lot of ups and downs this year, but toughness has never been in question. As he loads it up here on first down, check down underneath Devontae Williams. And Williams spins off first contact, now second, third, and fourth, and finally, Marc-Antoine Dequoy finishes it off with Brock Gowanlock out there.
You're down 25. Need to score in a hurry here. Gang tackling is going to be a thing for the Owls right now, moving forward. Just taking pot shots, basically, playing off, jumping everything underneath. Williams does a nice job of making the first guy miss, and that's Tyrese Beverett, and then everybody else got to make the play.
Crum wanted to get it out of his hands on second and short. They'll let him throw. Looks to pump, gets a defender to jump. Now underneath Braylon Addison, and B.A. puts his shoulder down into the defender. That's Kavian Ento off the edge. And a first down for the RedBlacks as Crum creates with his feet.
Yeah, just watch Addison. He's just kind of going to be available for his quarterback and just kind of like be invisible here. Slide out, slide out, slide out. Find a space, find space, kind of like in hockey, just finding that space and keep your stick on the ice and good things will happen. That's what happened to Braylon Addison right there. No,
We had another parabolic Mike Berry go down.
Goodness. Gonna add that to the list.
Get off our people. Michelle, great toughness. You're right up there with Corey. Big catch outside. They've been working the edges today as Braylon Addison a little slow onto his feet as him and Ento went back and forth again.
Moment of chill
Face
right
mask,
there.
Montreal, number 48. Half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
Addison's been battling it as Ento says, That one's on me. Got the hands in the wrong place.
Yeah, I think something else got in the wrong place here, too, for Braylon Addison. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Looked like he... I don't know what happened there, but it almost looked like a hip flexor.
He's feeling it a little bit right now as he lines up with first and goal after the face mask flag. Crum hands it off. Devontae Williams drives the legs. Touchdown, RedBlacks.
This is Crum. They're down 25. They score with a little over 4 minutes to play in this ball game, and they're going crazy. Loving it. The nation's capital. I just love this fan base, man.
Never a bad time for a touchdown in Ottawa as they slice a wood cookie off. We get a look at Devontae Williams' work into the end zone for 6.
I think he kind of gets pushed in by the Owls, actually. Right about there. Backside. Coming in, trying to get her done. Walnick right there.
Doesn't that feel like the only tackle Stubblefield has missed all day? He has been everywhere. They'll go for 2. RedBlacks best in the CFL. That going for 2. 5 of 7 coming into today. Crum looks right, fades left, throws it into the end zone. 2-point conversion. Shaq Evans tags it on.
Yeah, look, I mean, they're spectacular 2-point conversion. That's 6 of 8 on the year. That's just incredible. And this is a confident throw off his back foot with Stubblefield in your face, finding Evans climbing back of the end zone. Just kind of threads it in there. And again, well executed 2-point convert by the RedBlacks. 6 of 8 on the year.
I guess if you can take a positive out of this, as so many RedBlacks fans do in attendance here today, is that your team is showing resilience. They're battling back into a game where they're tough. The downside is, man, does it ever feel like it's taken Braylon Addison's hip and Dustin Crum getting blasted by Darnell Sankey, and every single player that is getting hit is just, this is a physical Montreal group, and Ottawa has to scratch and claw for any chances to get into the end zone.
Yeah, that's both these clubs' calling card. And playing in the West for a lot of my career, coming out east, you always knew you're going to be in for a dogfight, whether it was Hamilton, whether it was Ottawa, Montreal, Toronto. It was a different type of hard-nosed type of football. Not saying that it isn't out west. I'm just saying that it's always been a case out here. You're going to walk in, you're going to limp out.
We'll see how much they can deal with the onside kick. Smooth sailing that time from the Alouettes as Bob Dice went for the onside with 4:22 remaining. High lofting kick from Richie Leone.
Just going to have to rely on your defense to get it back for you somehow. Get a 2 and out. Maybe get another good return. Tell you, I feel like both these returners for these clubs are feeling the heat and trying to make the squad, really trying everything they do and every chance they get. Tobias Harris is hoping for another opportunity here if his defense can hold down Montreal.
Cody Fajardo in the gun with a fresh set of downs, and field position pretty similar to what he's had throughout various points of the day. His flags come up on the snap. Looks like it might have been offside. I'll sort it out, but that look from Bob Dice was the look of a man who is trying to get them in the win column as much as he possibly can to reach a new tally for the first time since 2018. They were 11-7. And he wants it as bad as anybody in this building.
He does, and he doesn't shy away from where he's at. He accepts it, and they just...
Offside, Ottawa, number 35. It's a 5-yard penalty. We'll repeat first down.
He just enjoys the process of trying to get everybody on the same page, get a win from week to week. He says nothing changes. His approach is consistent, and he loves the challenge. And it is a challenge from week to week.
Oh, yeah. The grind, but he's always a great conversation when we get to catch up with him.
Yep.
Despite the losing streak earlier this year, 7 games straight. They broke that last week with a victory.
3 and 4 at home here, too.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. They've been very good at home, which is something that this organization hasn't been able to say. But struggling on the road, 1-6, 3-10 in games decided by the last 3 minutes of the game as the football's down. We got a running play for the Alouettes, and Fajardo says the white jerseys are back on top of it. They will signal second down, Montreal.
Whew, that's what you're looking for, is that opportunity to turnover, make something happen here late and do some magic in the last 3 minutes, which we know it happens like that in CFL. Stanback looking for some room here, bouncing it back to his right, cuts back in, ball's out clearly.
Montreal does have the most fumbles lost in the CFL, 12, which is one more than Saskatchewan.
Bryce Carter making that fumble happen.
Okay, timeout, Ottawa.
Ottawa should have been back on top of it as well, and now Stanback is getting attention.
That's not good.
Said it earlier on in the day, if Montreal has an opportunity to make noise in the East Division and really at large in the playoff pictures, they can get a spot in the dance by winning here today. That they're going to need that guy at full go.
Absolutely. Well said.
Hate to see him on the bench right now. It's second down and 1. Armando Sewell checks in. Defensive lineman has a fullback. And they'll go right behind him. Hand it off tackle. There's Renantwi. Goes and gets the first down.
I like that thought process. Saw it in Edmonton a couple weeks ago. Follow the big guy. It's almost like a power lead.
Yeah, used him in short yardage sneak situations in Calgary last week as well. Scored 2 touchdowns to Caleb Evans, chasing in behind. As Evans goes back to the sideline, and Cody Fajardo in the ball game here with 5 receivers ready to break the huddle for an Alouettes.
Antwi stepping in as he does.
Cuts it back against the grain. It'll be a gain of about 6 on first down. Second down and 4. We've hit the 3-minute warning. Montreal leading 32-15. A big performance. A couple big plays making the difference. Montreal getting a playoff spot.
Getting ready for the second half of our doubleheader, the Calgary Stampeders in Hamilton looking to bounce back following a loss to Montreal. All kinds of playoff implications today. But first, let's get you back to Ottawa.
Cody Fajardo and the Alouettes in the huddle, barking out the signal. I always love that. And during the commercial break, you can see the quarterback talking to his entire group, offensive linemen working the room, receivers, assignment coming out of the I mean, this is 32-15, inside 2.5 to go, and Cody is all over every assignment here as they're trying to get better and better at finishing these drives. He's got second down.
You think he was grinding there?
Yeah.
I think he's having a good time enjoying the moment, being up like he is.
Second and 5, they go to the running game, handed off to Antwi, trying to go a little counter run and got stacked up by the RedBlacks.
Also challenge your big boys up front. You know what's coming.
Ottawa.
You know what's coming. Let's go ahead and pound it.
Yep.
They know we're pounding it. Let's go ahead and make them like it and move the sticks here. And Ottawa said, no, not on this play.
So Cote and the field goal unit will come out. Chocha, Erjigiri down there on the sideline as well. Good to see him as with a win. Alouettes in the playoffs.
Like that, huh? That's the way you do me, huh?
4th year in a row, Montreal will be making the playoffs with a win here today. And it opens up the opportunity for Hamilton to clinch a playoff spot if they can win over the visiting Calgary Stampeders coming up in the back end of the double dip.
Like a convert here. Cote. Oh no.
As he missed another.
Tough day. Tough day.
1 for 4 in the ballgame. Brandon Dandridge goes for a little adventure, spins his way out of the end zone, and wrapped up down around the 4-yard line. Yeah, it's a frustrating day for Cote, and again, the field goal unit came in 8th in the CFL, just 81%, and their success rate's going to go down. based on today's attempts, unfortunately.
Yeah, a couple things there. The second down run that was just stymied, didn't go anywhere. No push by the offensive line. And the missed field goal, third of the day. A lot of things to improve on if the Owls moving forward. Yes, you clinch a spot in the playoffs, but much to do before it gets down to the nitty-gritty.
A pair of players down at the end of this one as well. Just can't make out the number for Montreal, but Lorenzo Malden, defensive end, down on the field. And it looks like Frederick Chagnon for the Montreal Alouettes. Backup middle linebackers taking some pretty significant snaps this year, with Avery Williams down at a time before they got Darnell Sankey slow up onto his feet, former Caravan, and then Lorenzo Malden as well as he's down getting some assistance and talking it through with the training staff.
It's good to see him walk off in his own power, but gingerly. Again, a lot of time in the training room for these players. It's just this time of year, especially for a lot of these young guys, you know. And when you look at these two teams, they got 10 and 8 first-year players on their squads. And this time of year, week 17, their collegiate seasons are long been over, and they're not used to playing these long seasons, and these injuries start piling up. I'm not saying these are all rookies out there getting hurt, but it's taxing on everybody in that roster. All-in mentality. A lot of people are going to be expected to produce down the stretch here for each of these clubs.
Head coach Bob Dice comes out to visit with Lorenzo Malden, who remains on his side. As if you ever have a chance to have a conversation with Lorenzo Malden, obviously CFL players so accessible to the fans in their own market and everywhere across the country, whether it's this year at the Grey Cup week in Hamilton or otherwise, the CFL awards. Introduce yourself to Lorenzo Malden. You won't regret it. One of the nicest guys in the entire league. Hate to see him down right now, working his way through it. But Dustin Crum, with an Ottawa possession, remains on the sideline. Nick Arbuckle is into the game as general manager Sean Burke looks on here for what appears to be a home loss, just when they thought they might be able to string a couple of them together after beating Saskatchewan here last week.
Yeah, Lozo's at the bottom of the line here, and he's in a two-point stance right there, I believe, and he gets tied up right there.
Used the shoulder driving into Brock Gowanlock on the play, and then immediately fell. And honestly, Matty, there was a play last year in a game late in the season where he basically took on a block that was a kick out from a fullback as Malden's up onto his feet and injured his shoulder, and he played the majority of the rest of that game in Montreal for the RedBlacks with a banged up shoulder. He was playing with one arm in that game, so I hope that's not the same injury.
Yeah, to the viewers at home and everybody watching, all the fans across the league, these players are always playing injured. After day one in training camp, you never again 100%. Sometimes you're closer to that than others, but this time of year, you're starting to duct tape up and patch mill yourself together and be as good as you possibly can game day. And Lozo's no different, and there's that little tiny blow there could put you right over the edge, and you hate to see it.
Lorenzo.
Who do we see there? A little Nick Arbuckle back in the mix here late. Okay, Nick, your turn. Ball's on the 5. You're down a whole bunch. Go have fun.
Life of a backup, losing late in the game. Arbuckle unfortunately knows this situation all too well from times up and down the depth chart here since coming back to Ottawa for the second time. He'll look to throw out of his own end zone, and it is knocked away. Deontay Ruffin, great play, but no, they'll say he was early on COC Merida.
You just read the mail, saw it was a quick slant, jumped it, got there a little early in the official's mind. Ruffin's not agreeing with it, but that's not going to matter too much. Yeah, he's right here. He's going to run a little quick little slant here.
Pass interference, Montreal, number 22. It's a 10-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Ruffin's going to jump it. All right, pretty close. From his perspective, sees it right in front of him. It's pretty close right there. I like that play. Why not? Get your pick 6.
So Arbuckle with 1st and 10. Sean Lemon still looking for sack 100, using the spin move, but away from it. Out to Devontae Williams and Darnell Sankey, the tackling machine. Wow. Downfield once again. We get another look at the Sean Lemon spin move. He's doing everything he can to get number 100, Matty.
Yeah, he feels it. He knows this is that time. They've stopped the run. They got to pass. Get after him. He's trying to make it happen.
This time he goes outside as Arbuckle steps up, tries to check it down to Devontae Williams, incomplete. It kind of feels today, looking at a big picture, like the Ottawa RedBlacks just really didn't want to be on the highlight reel.
Yeah, well, that's going to be the case. He's going to be left out.
The touchdown might have changed that, but they did not want to be sack 100 for Sean Lemon.
Yes. And there's 24 people have done it before Sean. He wants to be the 25th tonight. If he can make that happen, all in all, it'll be a heck of a day.
Arbuckle on 2nd and 10. 3-man rush. Pumps. Now the check down to Devontae. Saw a little bit of space and couldn't get there. Bring him down short of the sticks.
Yeah, watch this. You know, you're talking about, it's late in the game, you're up a bunch, just watch the defensive end trying to get there. Good effort at the beginning. Quarterback steps up, and he's like, just going to get around the ball. That's just, he's a veteran, man. He's going to live and play another play.
Let's say on 3rd down. Down low, but he was able to clean it up that time.
Hey, look, now he's confident. Now he's calling, let's get somebody in here. I got double teamed on this last play. Watch. Boom. They're just taking shots at me, coach.
You know what?
Some water. I'm going to need some water, okay? Somebody else come in here. Let's go.
Buckle loads it up underneath. It is completed, dancing backwards. And then drive forward.
There's Beverett. Just stapling him to the turf there.
Kevon Smith makes another grab here late in the game.
It's like I didn't hit him really hard. Watch this late here. Beverett playing to the whistle. Sankey just missing. Nice move. Got to play hard. Can't have step out there. It's when people get hurt.
Addison with a nice catch across the 55. First down once again here for the RedBlacks as Montreal's defense sitting it down. A couple of players.
There's a couple of Alouettes down on the field right now, just taking a break. They're looking at the scoreboard. It's 32-15.
Jason Moss is saying, I'd like the clock to roll right now so they can get out of here, but this was coming in, and so you're going to have 8-7 for the Alouettes on the season. That will clinch them a playoff position. And for the Ottawa RedBlacks, they really did need to sweep Montreal this week and next back in Montreal for an opportunity to get in. Now that Montreal has won, Hamilton, if they have a victory over the Calgary Stampeders, would move to 7-8. That would be good enough due to the advantage in the tiebreak over the RedBlacks to secure a playoff spot for themselves as Kabian Ento and Lual Uguak make their way to the sideline.
It's just a long day on the field there for those guys.
And Cody Fajardo told us as well about the standings and the seeding and all. He said, we genuinely believe if anybody has to come in, be it Hamilton or otherwise, to Montreal and deal with our fans in a playoff environment, we will secure that victory and go to Toronto for an Eastern final.
Yeah, they just know it's important to get in the dance. They're making that happen.
Ron Smith, once again, favorite target of Nick Arbuckle as he just pieces his way down the field for another first down.
Sean, he's just trying to make it happen out there. Sean Lemon, 2-point stance. Out and around, tries to come back. It's a whole lot of running around for nothing.
No, Sean's down on a knee.
It's like, you know, here's the deal.
Man.
I need a cold one. That could be your moment of chill right there. Oh, he's holding his right shoulder.
Dealing with something. I was about to say he's been rushing as hard as he ever has in these last 10 snaps.
Look, they're feeling underneath the shoulder pads for his right shoulder, just like we saw with Lozo on the other side. And, you know, when you're striking these big tackles and guards and getting hit from all different angles, and you're rip moving and you're swimming guys, and you're you're extended out of your cylinder trying to make people, you know, come down with one hand, putting a lot of torque on your shoulders. And I think we're seeing the byproduct here with Sean Lemon and Lorenzo Malden.
Unfortunately, 'tis the season where those repetitive use injuries get banged up, as we see lots of young fans in attendance here today. Great young crowd in Ottawa.
Outstanding young crowd in Ottawa. A lot of kids early, right? You even had your boy here.
Oh, yeah.
Noah's here.
Noah's here with Papa Ferg somewhere roaming around.
Brian, met your dad earlier today.
In the end zone, up for grabs. Ruffin back and forth, and I think Justin Hardy had to turn into a defensive back that time to keep 22 off the stat sheet with an interception.
Yeah, Ruffin just kind of backed up into it and said, I'm not going to get a PI. Put this to the 1. I mean, Arbuckle's just staring him down. Ruffin just falls off. Young quarterback for the Toronto Argonauts who sat out last night, Chad Kelly, told me a couple weeks ago, got to see the corner before you throw the corner.
Yep.
Nick Arbuckle hadn't figured that out yet.
Let's go, RedBlacks!
All right.
Arbuckle checks it down. Devontae Williams.
See, I'd be doing a lot of that.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of that if I'm a quarterback.
And Sankey, dang, he ripped it out at the end of the play. Cyril Hogan St. Don just chucked Brock Gowanlock. It looked like out of the club.
Chuck was a very good appropriate word for that. He threw him like he was a sack of potatoes.
And Sankey thought he had a forced fumble, was fired up about getting off the field and ending this game, but
just
they'll say
The
Ottawa
previous
down.
play is being automatically reviewed by the command center.
And 15 seconds on the clock. Both coaches just trying to get the players out of here healthy.
Couple looks at it here for you, Matty.
Yeah. And Arbuckle looks left, knows he's going right away. Dishes it out to Williams, and in open field, he's pretty special. They're looking for a turnover. Ball's out. Williams really doesn't care because he's looking for his whereabouts right here. Let's see if the ball comes out. Oh, yeah, ball's out right there for sure. He doesn't have it.
Nope.
He doesn't know where he's at, let alone the football. And
Sankey ripped it out. Mustafa Johnson was in on it as well. Gowanlock.
oh, look at that. Ruffin wants
Deontay
it.
Ruffin.
Ruffin wants it. All these guys trying to get on the stat sheet. We know that guy is.
Hardy and Sankey having a quick conversation with each other as they have the review completed.
After automatic review by the command center, there was a fumble on the previous play with Montreal recovering. It'll be Montreal first down.
And Sankey sprints his way off the field to end his Week 17, and there you see the turnover differential.
My goodness.
Ottawa was +8 coming in, second best in the CFL. They will end the day just +2.
Not going to win many ball games, turn it over 6 times, the opposition 0. Jason Moss showing you how to get it done. Bob Dice, not so much.
The Alouettes will clinch themselves a playoff berth for the 4th season in a row. Haven't been able to finish the deal, but 19, 21, 22, 23. The Alouettes in the dance each and every time. This time, could the difference be that man? Jason Moss at the helm as the head coach. Danny Machocha moving upstairs as general manager. Noel Thorpe's dominant defense, sending blitzing pressure from all over the place.
So true.
They've got a great unit, and they will be in the CFL playoffs in 2023. Matty, final thoughts on this one?
Yeah, just all Alouettes today. Sean didn't get his century mark, but a heck of an effort by defense. And you said it, Noel Thorpe's defense was just relentless, and causing a young quarterback, come down millionaire, all kinds of problems. Could never really get it going. And when they did, Montreal turned it over, backed up, and made some key plays. And that's the difference in this football game. Just taking care of the football and getting it done on the road.
That was a great job by the Alouettes being able to close things down, as last week was the 3rd wire-to-wire win of the season for the Alouettes. Now they get their 4th as they move to 5-3 on the road.
Alouettes officially booking their spot in the postseason. Now the Hamilton Tiger Cats can do the exact same with a victory today over the Calgary Stampeders. Dave, what are you looking for in this one?
Looking to see if Jake Mayer can curb the tendencies he had to throw interceptions. He's thrown 7 in his last 4 games. That's the big thing, I think, for them.
Sean McHugh in their center, who makes all the calls, who protects Jake Mayer, out. Raheem Brown, a rookie starting. Ugh.
Cutler and White. I need these Hamilton superstars to show up and show out.
Well done. You had 5 seconds for your thought, and you absolutely nailed it.